Hello. The title says it all. I'm just bored. Yeah, that's all the intro I gotta say. It's been pretty uneventful, so if you want to come in, you're free to. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, won't it? Mm. Mm. Yeah, it's quiet. If you hear background noise, I'm watching YouTube. Yeah, you can tell it ending this through that far. Lame. Fuck it. What do I want to do? Fuck it. Hi, Nathan. No moment. Hello, Evan. Welcome. No, Evan. No. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my god. Why? Why? It hasn't even been 5 minutes. Son of a gun. I can't say son of a, because I ain't getting in trouble with the whole shit. No, god. What am I not allowed to say? I'm censoring myself. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm a teenager on streaming as a character getting tickled because yes. Okay, Heaven. That oh man. If someone gives me DMs I'm gonna try to check up as best I can. Okay. I Heaven, I know you're trying to make me prefer. You cannot. You can't, Evan. You can't make me. If I'm laughing, I'm just watching shows on YouTube. Mm. Fuck you. My goodness. Yeah, this works. I'm gonna just be in this. Who can I invite now? Messages. If streaming. There. Okay, just invite. Oh shit. No fuck. Okay. And I'm quest. I'm on a quest. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing this. I'll fucking stop. I'm gonna fucking stop. I'm sorry. Get. I just fucking crashed myself. Just because I was looking at Discord. What the heck? I'm being a silly sibling. Yes, Heaven. Yes, you are. And I'm going to be one too. You are a smaller being, Heaven. Take that. I'm just joking, Heaven. You okay? You good? You good? Where's my brothers? There it is. I hope I'm putting this in the right place. Welcome back, Heaven. Welcome, Heaven. You're small bean. Oh my god. Hold on, I'll be back. Man. Yeah. Inviting people. This is harder than I thought. Shit. Oh. You guys can hear. I'm gonna jump my IP. If you. There. Oh, shit. So that's how you do it. Neat. Anyways. Fuck. This is pretty uneventful. I'm gonna be honest. This is just me talking. Wait, is my profile picture now? Oh shit! Hold on. Can you guys see my picture now? Okay. I'm just watching my stream while I do this. Hi. Oh, hey, Sonica. Oh, I get mental stuff. Do you have a Warlock form? Yes. Yes, I do. I will reveal it though. Yeah. 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 The reason I logged out, I went back in and went back out was because uh my picture wasn't showing because I'm actually just watching my own stream. How fucking pathetic is that? But I haven't used my Warhawk form in a while. Like, I think it's been like since season 1. Oh, thank you, Evan. Thank you, Evan. Oh. If I'm talking low. Ah. This is just me talk. This is just me talking by myself. So now I now pickle off. Finally, someone comes in. I was about to end the fucking thing.
Sorry, I just decided to come in.
Wait, how'd you get in? Wait.
I saw the link. I saw it.
Ooh.
Yep, I saw it.
Hello.
Hi. I decided to pop in my explosive one because I saw you read yours, so why not?
Yeah. And we got it.
Hey!
Saka here.
Yay!
Welcome.
Yay! Now we got all the mysteries.
I was so Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, you first.
I was just so fucking bored, so I just decided to stream since I haven't done one in like forever.
Yeah, we saw that you were streaming, and then I was thinking, wait a minute, I wonder if we want to pop in and say hi. There you are.
I was talking to myself. I was just talking to myself. Oh, like not a madman, but hmm.
Yeah, we just noticed that you were streaming while we were in our call.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So we decided to go ahead and pop it where we can find where the other shadow is hiding.
with Shadow.
Yours?
Yeah. Oh.
If
Because I saw the video where you were doing your shadow voice, and when you made him say "damn it," that reminded me of that one game that Shadow always says it in the game.
I kind of realized that was the odd one out between you two, so here we go.
Yeah,
like,
but he's also in SSXU. I usually like the explosive mode because even though they limit like our life energy or life aura is what I would say it, but I feel the master of it because I usually am in it longer with no time limit.
so you
But
so
I do have to switch out of it from time to time.
so with your timeline, you can just access it whenever you want.
Correct, Mundo.
Wow, I can't even do that on my own.
So yeah. So where's SSXU Shao at, huh?
Oh, he's kind of mad at me.
Oh.
Happened.
He thinks I'm getting a new rival. He thinks I have a new rival.
Oh, let me guess. Jealousy.
Yeah.
But you don't have a new rival, huh?
Well, not intentionally, but he thinks I am, even though it's not like that.
You definitely need to tell him that he's your main rival.
Yeah, just the main one that we know.
Yeah, he's my first. Izanagi's kind of my second, and God, well, Blaze was kind of it at one point, but not nowadays.
Got any friendly rivals?
Or in other words, frenemies.
I guess some members of the council. I guess I don't know. To be honest, I don't have that many rivals. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I told Sonica that I was going to be getting ready to see a solar eclipse on Tuesday night.
Wait, Memphis kind of counts as my rival.
Or in other words, Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
It's a funny nickname that we gave him, like from the Sonic 06 real time fandom.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Heaven's tickling both of us.
It's
Look at the comments.
I mean that I agree, bestie. It was just that, well.
Hi, Heaven. Nice to see you.
Well, regarding what you said, it is interesting because Memphis introduced himself as Memphis, Tennessee, and he said that he was part lizard.
Well, my
He
Memphis.
said, "Welcome to the Tilted Towers." That one, Heaven.
Where are we dropping, boys?
Nathan, all you have to do is look at the in the server, and then it's there. You just need to get the link.
Hold on. I got you, Dave. Stupid D. Okay.
Take it down. Yeah, take it down.
There you go. Okay. Hold on.
Yay.
I think I got you.
Any other favorite moments?
From what?
I remember when Shao kicked Silver in the head. Ow.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to real-time fandom, I remember what Sonic just called Silver, and he's been waiting waiting the entire dub to say that.
Elise. I'm
Oh my gosh.
no, I'm not gonna finish that. No.
Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, yeah. In the fandom, he called Elise Chio legs.
I mean, not wrong. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't have 06.
It's
Oh,
it's well. Keep in mind that game came out when I think I was about
yeah,
3 years old. Yeah, I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
yeah, and
And Nathan has arrived.
Knock knock. It's Knuckles.
hello,
Hello, my brother.
Knuckles. What is happening?
Welcome, my brother.
Here I come, rather than the rest and the best of them, tougher than leather. You could call me Knuckles, and like Sonic got on chuckle. I'd rather fling my muscles, I'm hard as nails, and in hard to tell. I'd rather bring it down whether they solid or frown.
Yeah.
So, are we,
Oh, I remember that part.
Shit, I don't remember. I don't remember the rest of my rap song. Fuck.
wait, we're not. Wait, this ain't our karaoke stream.
It's
Oh,
just
Damn it.
I don't
it's
know
just
if
a
I'm doing.
board stream.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I was. I don't know if I'll do karaoke. I'm
Occasionally I
working
was
on
trying
my
to do a
songs.
rap, but occasionally I don't remember the rest of my song. Dang it.
Sorry,
No,
Knuckles. I
really
can
good
get
about
that.
that. About that popular part from your song. I heard there's a different version of using the team while he's polishing the
And
master
this,
roller. That's when Jorosahe appeared and he goes, "Dude, no." I read
and,
that
and, thi-
comic.
and this is exactly why I rather much sing fist pump than singing my own rap.
Oh, I love that song. I almost broke when it comes to that song yesterday.
Yeah, fist pump
Oh
is
my gosh,
fine.
Urban.
Yeah, Cage, when I was singing fist pump last time, Cage really was impressed by my singing.
Wait, who saw
Yeah.
TMOM issue 15 part 1? Never. Heaven, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was your question?
Heaven
So,
says.
who's seen the Murder of Me issue 15 part 1? I haven't yet. I might see it. I might get to it eventually.
I've never heard of it.
I have.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, I have not heard of that either, but
Yeah, Sonic knows. He'll tell you about it. But I know one issue that I really like is 13, and that was when Shadow cried hope tears.
yeah, Cage, honestly, I don't not watch scary movies, damn it.
But to be
Oh,
honest, let's see.
Yeah, Cage, the last time I did it, I didn't notice that several was behind me, and occasionally what he saw actually terrified him, and then after Blaze got the word of that, she beat the shit out of me.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know how it feels.
And honestly, it was not my fault. Like how was I supposed to know that several was behind me?
Oh yeah, and then bonk. Oh yeah, and by the way, Knuckles. The only thing that was bright you and Carter. Well, Sonic. I ended up getting a part from a famous YouTuber,
Ooh,
and
Really?
his name is Virgo.
who that?
He's the guy that does like garlic bone. You touch glass and stuff.
In other words, he's friends with. Well, let's put it this way. Have you heard of a guy named Rai99?
No, sorry.
Huh. I mainly know him because I was watching a video from It Goes Boom, who is another FNAF YouTuber, and they were doing Gmod, and for that Gmod, they're doing something FNAF related.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Plus also occasionally I've been training and recently I do not have maximum heat. Instead, I now have heat break. So now I have firepower speed.
Oh, you probably forgot the
Well,
other.
this is. Well, Heaven has a super. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, occasionally the callers told me about that, and occasionally she not only has super, but she also has a hyper. Crap.
Okay. I have a few forms in my
Let's
list.
see. Okay, the forms that I have are I got maximum heat break, which is occasionally heat break is basically like maximum heat times 10 or whatever.
Um,
That's kind of
I know it
Western
sounds broken, but I don't give a.
That's worse.
I know it sounds broken, but I don't give a damn.
good
Well,
forms
whereas you
I
don't give
have.
a flywheel, don't you
Forms
know?
Let's see.
I have base.
I have super and hyper, which occasionally some people always mix those two up every single time, which is stupid.
Even though like me, even though I got my explosive form and I got my super form, super
Oh wait,
3,
shit.
phase 4, dark phase 4, or pure evil phase 4,
Hold on
explosive chaos mode,
hold on a
one
second.
part 1 of my normal form.
Occasionally I wasn't meant to say hyper yet. I was meant to say super and then dark and damn it.
Yeah.
Alright, I was just gonna go back to this. Okay.
And
Maximum
I got my
heat,
normal
break.
my other advanced form of my normal form, and then this is what's going to happen on Tuesday night.
Oh boy. I have
Fluffies.
base, dark,
Ooh, Dark's favorite.
dark spine,
Yeah, dark spine. Yeah.
super.
Yeah, we all know about.
Yep.
Yeah, we
That's
don't
it.
know about the dark spine
Yeah.
because of the
Base
World of
3,
Rings. Damn it.
base
Plus
4.
also occasionally you know for a fact that that Shaz and Silver recently have them too. Like Nathan and Sonic.
This wasn't all. This was an old design before Phase 4 was revealed.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
maximum
that's
heat.
wonderful. Egg
Hold on.
explosive.
Hold on, Shardina. Okay, occasionally the forms I have maximum heat break. I got super dark. Oh yeah, that's right. Occasionally I can basically combine heat break with super, so super heat break. It's deadly.
Oh,
I just got hyper and hyper heat break, and I got my chaos form, and I got full power chaos heat break. That one is the most deadly form I have. Yeah, occasionally, I was training with Goku with that form, and I would legit be in the shit out of him in his MUI Super Saiyan God form. So yeah, Goku, you are just weak, my boy.
Oh, and someone's gone.
Damn it. Oh yeah, plus as occasionally, and also by the way, I recently brought my buddy Tails in because occasionally haven't brought out the mints to call him in. Well, damn.
That's my bad.
And there's Tails, and he's recently and he's going after the mints.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Where's the prep? Oh, found it.
You pressed the wrong button.
No, I was trying to get a list of all the transformations I have. So here they are in the private chat.
I'm taking the beat. Ooh. Especially the one that I like. Huh, Tonica? Well, technically, two of the ones I like.
Ooh. As for me, it may not be much.
Oh, yeah, the semi-explosive. That's
Hi,
the biggest.
Guido.
Yeah. So anyway.
Hey, is that Asanagi?
Yeah, this is Guido.
Hi, Asanagi.
So anyway, as for me, it may not be much, but I have Super, Fleetway.
Yeah, the other one burrito.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
plus
there it
also occasionally you haven't noticed Carter, but occasionally I trained with Nathan and Sonic like 2 weeks ago, and occasionally I have not been able to access Dark Super and Dark Hyper.
Interesting. You
Hey,
can
Tonica,
tell me
we're
below.
not talking familiar with your song's other forms are?
Yeah.
Dark Super Hyper?
Hmm.
That'll be new.
Oh yeah, Guido, if you want to join, I sent a link for you if you're okay with that.
Yeah, if you want to join us, feel free, because I don't mind, because I might access my explosive farm right. Oh, speaking of which, look at how I access my explosive farm right now.
Yep.
There we go.
So see, when you see guys my werehog form,
Damn it.
here's my
EXE.
Damn it, I
EXE
wasn't
form,
done. Son of a.
Oh boy. If I
and my
might
jet
only.
form.
The
Oh
best
boy.
form.
Well, you. I wonder who you're pissed at.
Well, because of reasons, but there are other times which is like that. You know, my version of Martin Shadow, he's got a crush on her when she's in a dark form.
Mm.
Hmm?
I'll go back to this. This was clap. This was nostalgia back then.
Heck yeah.
I miss design. I miss this design. If I'm be honest.
I love this design though. Even though it's Super 3, but in adult form for Shadow though. Still good form for him though.
Yeah.
Huh?
You know, I'm fine with the new designs. The new design, but
I
Oh, yeah,
like the
plus also
modern
Carter.
more.
Carter,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
recently got this one form that's basically gonna shock you. I was able to combine my Ultra, Chaos, and Heat Break, and I get
Ooh.
Ultra, Chaos, Heat Break, the deadliest form.
Dang.
interested.
Ooh, sneaky,
Like
sneaky.
the
Yeah, but
modern.
occasionally, honestly, even though with that form, occasionally it's not enough to reach the level of Dark Hyper Nathan and Dark Hyper Sonic, because those two forms, those are basically more deadly than that.
Oh yeah, what I've learned like from Multiverse Sonic with his like Super Sonic Blue and Super Saiyan God, only one of them does speed and the other does strength. From what I know.
Yeah,
Ranting.
occasionally Blue Racer most likely relies on speed while Golden relies on strength, because it's practically how like Goku taught him.
Guido, I like the modern style a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
that's
fine.
true.
I'm fine with the new designs that Jorosahe has been using for Sonic, but like I'm fine with it, and I like how it's a combination of modern and boom. But
Don't
I
worry. That makes it
who's- heaven, who stole my chocolates? That totally wasn't me. Oh god.
Tommy, you're just my favorite sis. You know that.
Yeah, but occasionally, honestly, okay, those ones that I basically had, like the ones where I combine my heat break. Yeah, occasionally I do not use those. I just basically use only these ones that I have for battle.
Yeah.
Okay, us. And plus also, I guess you know how Nathan and Sonic basically lost their Dark Hyper before when they transform it, and it took them a while to get him back. Well, with KGM, with Gohan telling us about the hyperbolic time treatment because we didn't know about that, we were dumbasses. But yeah, occasionally Nathan
Good
and
point.
Sonic train their Dark Hyper, and now they're back in business.
Hmm.
I guess you could say they're back in black and blue. I mean white.
Bro, I will never understand. Jorosh, why did you call is that shadow as just black eyes like this one?
Yeah, almost exactly the same as like but that's why but more like boom.
If I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about Shadow getting possessed
All right,
again. 'Cause it's
honestly,
like,
I feel part of like EXE style because for his form like this is like it's based on it for some reason.
okay, honestly, yeah, I really do have these forms, but occasionally, the ones that I do what only Racy most likely use in battle is he breaks, super, hyper, and chaos, because those are my main ones. And plus, I'm Racy still waiting for the guy to Racy put my chaos form in the Mugen game.
Although my SSXU remake rewrite, it might go
And
to a
honestly,
different
for
design.
Nathan and Sonic, they Racy both have the same forms, like super, dark, semi-dark, dark, super, freaking hyper, and dark hyper.
Take like
And
3
with
years.
Shadow having chaos, super, hyper, and hyper chaos.
Yeah, Guido. Yeah, Guido. Oh, my RP sister's here. Welcome.
Yay!
Thanks, bro.
And
And
plus, if hello there.
This is my RP
yeah,
RP sister.
yeah. Thanks for the
My name's
invite. I
Knuckles.
haven't joined a stream in a while. You sound a bit familiar. Almost like my nephew, kinda.
Just
Yeah,
call me Knuckles.
Sure thing,
Guido, I
Knuckles.
agree. I hope your replay is
Hey.
better than Joroshe's. No offense, Jorosh, if you're watching this.
Oh yeah,
Which
plus also,
one,
by the way,
bro?
Carter, if you're really wondering where what the 4 hedgehogs are, they are basically training in the hyperbolic time chamber right now.
But anyways, this
Occasionally for Silver, he was able to access he was able to combine hyper and ESP, having it as ESP hyper silver or something like that.
As for your question, bro, I've been partially alright, but today, most of the day, I was actually sick.
Oh no, are you okay?
I am a little better, but I'm still a little bit dizzy. At least I'm not nauseous anymore.
So many.
Hopefully you get better.
Sonic Frontiers comes out in like 2 days.
True.
Yeah, and I really hate the fact that occasionally is coming in for everyone else and like their times,
Bro,
which makes me mad because spoilers.
are you gonna play Frontiers when it comes out? Like, play that on your channel?
Yeah, as live streams. I need to continue my Wally playthrough though.
Which one is that?
Wait. Hold on a moment.
Okay.
I got the game. I played it on.
Oh, there they are.
This one. Oh,
Hey guys.
was this
Hey
one?
man.
Oh, nice. I thought it was
Wally.
related to the movie. I just
I
couldn't
already seen the movie.
tell. I did. It was actually really good.
But honestly, your occasion for the movie, it was honestly depressing.
Really?
I'm like the first person in like ages to do an actual Let's Play on this.
Yeah, I never thought about that until you mentioned it, but I never did see anybody play that on their channel before.
Hey Carter, we're back. There they are.
Oh! Welcome!
Give me a moment, I'm having problems with my freaking thingy. Okay, YouTube.
Akash. Hey, I'm Carter. Evan asked, can you do a corrupted Sonic voice impression?
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Oh my god!
Honestly, for some
Sounds a
reason,
bit like
that honestly sounds like the crazy nice the crazy psychopath version of Fleetway.
I guess that's the point, but this is meet my mentor and
Yeah, I know. Hi, Guido.
He's having some
Give me a moment. I'm just trying to put my images over here. There you go.
there you go.
The guy, the
I'm
guy.
just here because I'm bored.
I
Yeah,
like
I'm
your
Okay, my turn.
picture. Okay,
Yeah.
can everybody please stop talking over each other? It's a bit hard to hear.
Yeah.
I know. I'm very popular and stuff. I can't honestly blame the audience.
Yeah, sadly, neither can I. I've tried.
Well, you can't deny it.
And also like fun.
True.
And they got a plus they got a freaking get Legends Ultra event going on.
And what's
you mean
that?
me?
Since I haven't heard
No,
of
like
that.
Dragon Ball Legends.
Oh,
sorry.
right, that. My
Oh
other
yeah,
brother
it's
plays that a lot on his channel.
well, it's well, I was still playing it, but I switched over to another game on the mobile side, which is I don't know if everyone is old enough to know about this anime, but just need to be sure because you know. Yeah, I basically play another anime game, and it's going good. I was taking a break from Legends since I'm saving crystals for the Legends Festival, and I don't know what are we gonna get. Besides, if there's gonna be like a new banner that might interest me, I'm not gonna be able to make a video about it because I already was done with it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, like I said, if Master Oshiri Goku was literally appearing, my summons are officially over on my channel, which is videos instead.
Like if I did Legends,
Although I might even plan if there's any other new things I could at least try. At least the best thing I could do is just at least stream something for Legends and see how it goes. But who knows?
I remember that one Legends stream.
What happened?
Don't remind me.
You remember when MUI got revealed, Guido?
Yeah, I was so bad. I was so mad that the audio was literally so loud that my voice is not even hearing.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh,
Dang.
oh my god, that was
If only I literally just toned down the music a bit, you guys could have literally hear it, but no.
Oh, it's fine, buddy. It's fine. At least it was hilarious.
What happened,
I
though?
think it was.
Hold
Should I
on.
tell them or should you?
That's how it happens.
That's cool.
Sorry if that was
Yeah, that
loud.
is the most
Hey,
loudest
guys.
scream I could have ever done in my life.
Dang.
Yes!
Just pure yes.
That's one of the best highlights I've done, I swear.
Oh.
Well, no. 2S6 or something. Is your face squishy? No.
I'm also,
I'm
I'm also, by
surprised
the way,
someone asked that.
hey, Hedgehogs, how's your training? My training was alright, Knuckles. Yep. Yeah, occasionally so far, I have really been doing good, and occasionally, and honestly, my forms have really been going strong. Save for mine and Sonic's. Yep. What about yours, Silver? Yeah.
So how have you
Yeah,
been,
occasionally
bro?
for Silver here, he has recently gone from being weak and a coward to really being brave and strong. Like essentially, like he was able to land a few hits on me, and he actually knocked me out of my hyper form.
Okay, to answer your question, sis, I've been good. I've been revisiting some old stuff that I used to watch as a kid.
Hey Carter.
Yeah.
You really know how You already know how Tails and Yoshi always have that times 10 Kamehameha blast attack. Well, occasionally, let's just say me, Sonic, Shadow,
Wow.
Knuckles, and Silver, we have that too now.
Toledo's back. Welcome back.
I had to pick something. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Silver, shall we show
It's
him?
fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's see. Let's see who's stronger, Silver. Times 10. Kamehameha. Times 10. Kamehameha.
I'm gonna pretend I
Clash.
didn't do that. I might get in trouble.
Oh boy.
Well, that
Right.
depends
Multiple
if
times.
anybody close to me is watching this, but I don't
Oh my
think
God.
he's even here, so I
know what?
don't
Yes,
know if
I
he saw
can
that.
combine.
At least I
I
hope
can
not.
combine it with
that
this.
is actually my reaction when when something awesome happens or something. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Or the time that I got beaten up by one girl who was very acid-y, and my friend just started very excited about it, and we had a fight on that, and we just got tormented a lot,
Oh my.
and that's
Just like
another
when,
thing.
just when I gave one of my friends their birthday present.
Or like that
Neat.
one thing I told you, but I don't think you'd feel comfortable with it, although maybe we shouldn't get into that subject, because I don't think anybody knows what happened between you and her,
Oh
because I know I can't say her name on here.
Oh god, we're not gonna bring up any past drama because I'll be like, oh.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Alright, there's a chain of fusion, Shannon. Alright, let's go.
Edge cat.
You ready, Silver?
I
Oh
think
yeah.
What?
Good happen.
Yeah, we occasionally have fusions. Yep.
Yeah. So Dragon Ball fusions like that.
Yeah,
Like-
occasionally for Sonic and Shadow, they are practically Goku and Vegeta. For me and Silver, we're practically Trunks and Gohan, and Knuckles, he is Piccolo.
Welcome, Sai. I mean, in my series, I literally have Goku's voice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. Well, Goku's Spanish voice because Jorosahe is Spanish. So
Yeah. Well, in my timeline, Sonic will speak English all the time, so don't worry about don't understand Spanish or something. So
boy.
Mine's kind of the same, where everybody does speak English as well, although I think there was one occasion with my OC Jade where someone, I think from her past, spoke Italian for like maybe like 20 minutes or so when he was visiting her.
Oh god, if Jorosahe is an Italian dub, I swear.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
Here's
really want to
Omega.
think about it.
Hello,
I've never
everyone.
seen anyone
I
do one of
am
those.
Omega.
I did a Portuguese translated lines one time because someone in Portuguese asked me. Yeah, Heaven, we're not gonna let's not bring that up ever again.
Okay.
Apparently, the more we're not gonna bring that up. Oh my god!
Hey,
What?
Omega. Great as everyone.
Oh, not again. Heaven,
Bro, what happened?
Heaven, look at Heaven's comment.
What happened?
I can't see that. What
Heaven
happened?
said, "Put SSXU Sonic in it." No.
oh,
Oh my.
What is it?
I can't see anything. What is
Damn it.
happening?
Okay.
Oh dear.
Heaven put me, put me in a you know what?
Address?
Yes.
Oh,
put me
not
in a dress.
again, since I used to do that to you too much.
You look fabulous.
yeah, I have to
Ridiculous.
For me, I think he was
Again,
cute.
why did your former girlfriend even put you in a dress all those times?
No clue.
Me
We're
neither.
not gonna speak we're not
She
gonna
just
speak
thought
about
it.
that.
She probably thought that you'd look cute in dresses.
I agree.
He
That
was
was
always
crap.
humiliated because
And
he
the
had that
makeup
as a
was
profile picture one time. He told me how humiliated he
God.
felt. I think didn't you, didn't you say in one of your videos that you did where you literally said "Get me out of this dress," but you said it in kind of like an angry way?
Uh,
I don't see that.
Hey,
I
Carter,
swear,
private chat.
whoever thought about the idea of having a dress for literally for Carter is just so weird, to be
oh
honest.
my God! If what? Oh God! If
It's
someone
his
does that to
former
me in real
girlfriend.
life,
It was
I swear to
bad.
God.
Which, in other words, I just think it was funny.
Same.
If someone does that to me in real life, I'm gonna die.
Hopefully, no one will
Hey,
go
I
that
Carter.
far.
doubt
But
it
then
because
again,
Here's
there's
she
no
doesn't know
way.
Omega.
where you live, so I highly doubt she'd do that.
Hold on. Yeah, Nathan, what's up?
It, um, and this is Shadow. I brought along my robot bud Omega. Greetings, Carter.
Oh boy. Hello. Oh God, my shadow. Oh God, my shadow will be happy.
Hey, Omega. How's it going with your Team Chaos 4 Squadron 7?
Let's just
My
say
team has been going alright, Knuckles.
Ooh, we don't speak about my Omega because me and Guido know what happened to it in season 1, right?
She gave me a
Oh yeah, about that. How can nobody just reconstruct him?
Oh goodness.
They
Oh yeah,
had
plus us.
billion opportunities and they didn't even
They
think about it.
yeah, we had Tails had a billion opportunities to repair Omega, but we didn't.
Okay,
You can blame Jorosahe for ruining his character, literally.
he kind of got distracted when Chaos
Oh.
came out of the sewers.
No.
dang.
Oh no. We're talking about in the SSXU universe because I don't know how many people even watch season 1 nowadays, but back in season 1, when when working with Black Doom, yeah, I know, apparently again,
Oh
he
yeah,
destroyed Omega.
Oh my god.
I did not want to
Couldn't
think
breathe.
about that again.
Oh dang.
Yeah, KG for Shadow over here. He really hated that. Yep, I hated the fact that Black Doom lied to me and tricked me.
And he's back
Oh
again.
my. Yep.
I'm trying to change something, but it's so impossible to do right now.
So in other
Yeah.
words,
I can't really do that either.
You know, if I could, I mean, if I was ranking if I was ranking SSXU, I definitely had Omega back in. You know,
What profile picture is that supposed to be, bro?
this is the new design that Jorosahe has used.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
plus
that's
also
cool.
that's also Carter. You really know about Omega's team, Metal, Mecha, Emerald,
I was gonna.
Chaos, and who else? Oh yeah, Infinite.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Infinite.
To be honest, I prefer this design. I kind of like this design,
Me
but I still
too.
think that season 1 and 2's design was Wait, it was season 1 to OVA 7. Yeah, that's when Jorosahe abandoned this. Abandoned.
Hold on, give me a moment. I can't see it. Just give me a moment.
Guido, what's the recent one? You know, the one Jorosahe has been using for new videos.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a combination of Boom and Modern, which I do like.
The only thing I don't like about the Boom design is the shoes.
Well, occasionally for myself in the Boom universe, I am probably like jacked. Like, damn.
Oh god.
Huh.
Oh my god, I remember something that happened in season 3 with my other friend, with Knuckles, Tails, and the others that I don't want to speak of.
Honestly, in the original Sonic Boom series, they always have me have the voice like Vegeta.
That design
Because
almost looks like
Jorosahe
one of
literally
your
just
designs,
gave all
bro.
of them the voice of all the Spanish dubbers of Dragon Ball, so you can blame his side that it was playing the TV shows in his place that were all Latino dub.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm Carter. I'm private chat man.
Oh yeah, I saw. Me and Guido are big fan. We've been fans like I guess for a while. For a while.
I
Wow.
I was in there for the beginning.
I was there for like season 2, I think, but I did watch season 1, then go up to season 2.
Season 1 was kind of boring to me. I just get to the final battle until Sonic and Shadow fought. And season 2 was really nice, I would say. It did have at least some good improvements to the sprites, even though he could have easily went to a higher quality of them, but he couldn't. So he switched to renders, and it was going at least a little bit off, but in the end, it got well. But in OVA to OVA 6, I will not go to OVA 7, I will explain later.
Oh my goodness.
Those 6 levels were okay to me as well. It did at least give me a little bit of interest of the story that is going for. And the next villain, who I really thought was going to be Izanagi because of what what is putting Sonic through and stuff. And don't know how it will go. And that's where I was kind of curious. Until OVA 7, where all those possibilities ended off with a fucking idiotic way. And here's the thing. I watched the uncensored version of it, and I was like,
no!
yeah.
No!
Sadly, yes, I did watch the uncensored version. And here's the thing. I did not. Well, at least I was grown about it because it was kind of new that Jorosahe was doing. And at least it was okay, but I was still waiting until the confrontation between Sonic and Izanagi was going for. It was at least an okay OVA if it ended there, but just like Jorosahe, he literally just made a season 3 where he said he was not making season 3, and he's literally doing it.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of change of place did he have back then? And that is where the overall hatred of the series just started. All the people were hating it. All the people were not liking season 3 at all with their sex jokes and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but I will at least admit this.
Yeah.
For phase 3, 4, and even explosive mode were kind of cool to me. And Izanami, and the other gods were kind of fine, except for the female gods of the council who literally just TPD Sonic. So you all know how it ended. It went bad. It was bad.
Some of these guys haven't watched SSXU, so we're giving them. I'm trying to give a little bit of history, and that's why I am removing all those sex scenes when I get to the OVA 7 dub.
Oh my gosh!
Trust me. I will say this: I do have the uncensored version in my PC. I don't know why. I just use that version for my parody series, which is in Spanish. But I will explain that in another time. But into the real thing, I will say, now in the recent days, I am looking at his Twitter and the recent videos, and I'm like, what is happening to my own series right now?
It's happening? Like I hate. Wait, hold on. Yes, Sonica.
This may sound a bit strange, but if you haven't gotten rid of them already, can you send them to me?
Which one?
Those the 16s, because they kind of.
No, please, miss, please, miss. You do not want to see it. It's absolutely horrible. You might burn your eyes.
Guido.
Since I have a dirty mind, it's not.
Why?
I am really glad that I watched the censored version, or otherwise I would have bleached my eyes.
This
I
is,
probably didn't mind it.
Yikes.
if I'm gonna be honest, the LVA 7 didn't make me leave the series for a while, but it was like, it was fine, but like it was. It's just some scenes were just so unnecessary, and then when season 3 came, I was like, "What the hell is happening?" And I just left for like
Well,
what, 2 years.
there is one thing I will say. I will say this. People were asking desperately for season 3. And they were like, okay, you want season 3? Here's your wish. And that wish came horribly wrong. Horribly.
Which
Sorry.
I didn't even give a flywheel.
Yeah, this is what
To
happens
me,
when we ask for too much.
yeah, to me, the series ended on OVA 7, even though the council were still evil in that time. I would have at least given
Yeah, I
a
remember.
reason of them to giving up.
That's perfectly fine, Sonica. Like, you can mind if you and Shadeen don't mind it. That's fine. It's just
Yeah,
for us,
we don't mind. We don't mind.
It's just for
Yeah.
us. We're longtime fans of the show.
Heck
It just
yeah.
bothers us. We're just longtime fans of the show. Like, I hate what happened to one of my favorite shows.
I just started liking it because reasons.
And that reason is the profile pic.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know if you guys can be able to handle all of it because it's 18 plus, and I'm like 21.
I don't mind. I'm over 18 plus.
I'm 16.
Yeah, rather not.
As for me, I'm 19.
But surprisingly enough, you were able to just hold your urges on those things.
Oh, trust me, I've seen some. Trust me, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Ooh.
Oh.
Neither did I, because I was literally on those stuff when I was like 10.
Oh dang.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I know, weird.
But I'm serious. Like, if people like the whole thing with season 3, like I'm perfectly fine with it. You know, like, we're fine. You can like
Yeah.
what you like.
Yeah, it's just the council were up to their old tricks again.
Okay, I'm gonna admit this. I hated that they made Shadow possessive again in season 3. I loathed it.
Yeah, I kind of did not like the prediction that Izanami had on the course of the series. Well, not on course of the series, but in season 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Razor did not enjoy that.
I love
Understand
Izamana
why,
as a
Shadow.
I love Izamana as a character. She's one of my favorites, but I really wish that prediction didn't come true.
The only reason why I like Shadow though is because reasons. But I don't mind if he's like in his possessive mode. I kind of don't mind.
You just thought it was cool.
Uh huh.
Wait, I just, I was actually gonna make a what if on the show. If there were council sprites, I was gonna make a what if Sonic was taken over.
Oh.
Ooh.
But
Wow.
anyway, regarding the sex scenes, let's just say, when it comes to the sex scenes, Shadeen and I don't give a flywheel about it. Like, maybe we would like it.
And that's fine. Like, we can like what we like, and I don't judge people if they like it or not. But
That's kind of true because the only first time I started liking it is the only chapter that I started liking first was chapter 25. That's the one I like the best.
and Guido, I'm excited for what you're gonna do with your own version.
Oh yes, my rewrite. I will say this. The first thing I would do is season 1 and 2. Well, I might remove Mega Man's characters because they didn't have any point to the story because I was not interested on that time. So I might remove it to another timeline where Goku and Vegeta were in this dimension, but only for a short period of while, and they will explain how Sonic got the Kamehameha and the Spirit Bomb, all that type of
Sonic.
Goku crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If I
and
yeah,
and Vegeta if it's gonna give him give Shadow his abilities as well, so that's gonna be
Hey,
explained
Carter.
in a prologue or something. Now for
yeah,
the course
Nathan,
of the season,
hold on,
now for the
Guido.
course of season 1, it will remain the same, but it will change the categories of Mega Man being in there. Well, the Mega Man characters. So I'll just remove that and just replace to another thing. And season 2 will go the same thing, but when it comes to the OVAs, that's where it's gonna be
Oh,
different.
we're gonna change the fuck out of those.
Well, mostly because I will say this: OVA 1 until 6, it was okay, but in OVA 7, it will remain a huge change.
We're change.
First thing I would do is not give Sonic a harem of freaking everyone.
Jeez.
But
No.
wait. But I will keep one thing about that. Sonic will only be on a harem with just Sally and Amy only. Only 2 girls.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, and I've noticed in your server that you've been talking about it.
Yeah.
If
Somebody you don't know who Sally Acorn is, read the Archie comics, please, or the Shelly M cartoon.
if there's voice acting in this rewrite, hey Mike, can I do Sonic? If that's okay, just
You can do
question.
Sonic if there's gonna be like any moment that I might need you, I might need it.
Yeah, because
It doesn't have to be all professional. I just want to share the idea to everyone, and I want to fix what Jorosahe did literally ruin from the beginning. Well, not really from the beginning. From the beginning of OVA 7 to season 3.
Out of all the OVAs, OVA 1 was the best. It was a classic. It's a classic.
What can I say? It's a classic. I was like 13 at the time or something. I don't know.
Wait, how? Wait, it can't. Wait, if it came out like 2013, I'm 16 now, so.
Oh no! If it was 2013, it had to be like 12 years old when I was like in that time.
Wait, it was 8 years. Wait, when was it? It was January 31st, 2014.
Oh, never mind.
So, wait, how old was I back then? If that was 8 years ago.
Well, if it wasn't January, it was me being like still 12.
I was 16. Wait. 16, 15, 14, 13. I'm not good at math.
You have to be a lot younger than
Me neither.
I think I'll
wait. You watched it like I was like 12 and you were like 16 around this time. And if I go down a little bit more within like possibly 5 years more, you will be like 7 years. 7 years
Yeah, that's right.
7 years.
Oh yeah, that's how long. That's also how long I've been on YouTube. Is 7 years.
Haven't I noticed
And
all my
Nice.
quells?
I haven't been on the internet since I was like in 2016, when I was like almost like 14 years old to 15 years old.
Wow.
I got the internet early at 7.
Okay, back to the topic I was talking about. Yes, Sonic's harem, it will only be with Sonic, Sally, and Amy only. But sadly enough, I might gotta put the 3 daughters, kind of idiots, but not to the point that they don't be this type of obsessive with Sonic. Even though the character I voiced in Izanagi might even tell them to snap out of it at some point, and they might still be on that category, but I will try my best to not put them really obsessive.
Izanagi needs to bonk Amaterasu in the head. You know why, Guido?
Amaterasu, Susano, not Tsukuyomi because she's kind of smart.
Yeah, Itsuyomi is probably like one of my favorites. Like she's like the oldest and she's the smartest one, but like Amaterasu having a thing for Susanoo just.
We are back.
Sure,
We brought Bowser. Hey guys.
Sure, she might be on that category as well from the sisters, but here's the difference. She at least said some important stuff. So at least remorse on that character.
Yeah. At this
Now,
point,
another
we're just
topic I would explain. There will be no season 3 on this rewrite. It won't end it immensely on OVA 7. Like, I wanted to make it like it was meant to end on OVA 7. Although it might add up the season 3 categories after that, but it will remain something that Sonic will have to deal with along with the journey that it's going to give him, which is going to be absence for a while until he figures out and fix the problem that he now has with his three sisters. With the three sisters literally raping him, and the other things that happen to Sonic, like the other girls going after him. Even though Amy and Sally are the smarter ones that do know that Sonic really loves those two instead of all of them. So I might not give Sonic an idiotic absence. So that's another topic. And for the rest of it, it's going to remove all the sex jokes, sex scenes.
Yeah, please.
Because they make no absolute sense.
They make no goddamn sense, and but I would have ended at season 2 if I'm gonna be honest. Like, season 2 was like the best finale that they've had.
Up until the little,
No, like Jorosahe had ideas for the series and wanted to give something more to the audience. If we gave the OVAs, which they were okay for the beginning, but until in the end, OVA 7 was kind of like meh, middle to me. It was kind of a good finale, I will say. But he had to freaking do a season.
I agree with you.
He had to freaking do season 3 and ruined it all in the freaking trash can.
Oh fuck!
For my being honest, I don't mind like season 3. It's like when it went from like all the way to like modern all the way to boom. That's probably how like generations would go. You know, like you start off with classic, then you start with boom, and then all the way to that last point. Then you go to boom, and boom was the last thing. Because when I saw it the first time, when I saw Sonic Shout, I said, wait a minute, they look like Boom Sonic and Boom Shout in my case, if you know what I mean.
Many people say I'm Boom Sonic, and all I say is I'm not.
I mean, you do look like him, but you're like a combination of Martin and Boom.
Plus also, by the way, Carter,
Hey, oh wait, hold on.
In case while we were going, we brought along Bowser.
Sorry about that. I just accidentally clicked the X button. God damn it.
Okay, I'm cool.
Okay,
it's fine.
Hey guys, it's me, Bowser.
SS, you okay?
Hi.
You good?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I was just making sure you're okay.
Yeah, I just not only feel a bit left out, it's just other people are kind of talking about their characters and stuff, and I kind of wanted to, but I don't know how many people would
well, you can still
get
go
it.
ahead.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, you can at least explain to the audience.
People.
Well, you can explain.
You can explain to the audience. Besides, you're on stream. People can at least see over and over your story.
Because I've been told I have a tendency to bore people.
You don't bore me.
It's not so much you, bro. I'm just not sure how these other people might react, because I'm pretty sure they won't be familiar with most of these characters. They're obviously going to be familiar with all the Sonic characters, but the new ones, including my OCs, they're probably not going to be familiar with, unless, of course, anyone's ever seen the Harley Quinn and Crow movies, but I highly doubt it. Most people I know are not into that kind of stuff.
Oh, my leg.
Mostly depends if I know most of these characters and I can at least know knowledge about them.
I can tell you a bit about them from what I know. I never actually saw the Crow movie. I just saw clips of it, and I'm not talking about the remake. That's obviously gonna tick off a certain Crow fan that I know because he was clearly not happy with it.
Oh boy.
Basically, what I know about the Crow is, at least the original, not the remake they just did. I think if I remember correctly, it's about an engaged couple that get I believe they get killed by this like really violent gang or something, and then the main character, Eric Draven, of course, obviously is resurrected. He comes back as the Crow to get revenge on the people that took out him and his fiancee Shelley, and he does end up taking all of them out, of course. And him and Shelley, I think, had this little girl that they took care of. She wasn't their daughter, it was just someone they were close to. And then he also, I think, helps Sarah's mom with like, I think there was like some kind of issue with her or something. I can't remember what that was. And then obviously he is reunited with Shelley at some point. I can't remember when that was. And then as for Harley Quinn, the only movie I know her from is obviously Suicide Squad. I didn't actually see it. I just saw like a review of it or something, and it looked okay, but it also kind of freaked me out just a little bit since I'm not really into that horror stuff. As for my OC character Jade, well, obviously it's Jadini, but people would obviously have a hard time pronouncing that. The second part of her name is based on a character, Jeannie Galetta, from this. It's a book series, I think, called Middle School. I think that's what they call it. Although there was a movie that came out called Middle School: The Worst Years of My Life. Obviously, they made a book on that too, but I think the book came out first. I have no idea. As for my character Jade, though, when I drew her originally, she was a pink hedgehog that looked like her mother Amy, but she looked a little too close to Amy because basically the way they were drawn looked exactly the same, even though I was trying to make her a little more like the OC someone else made of Aurora. She was supposed to look a little bit like her, but not too much. But that wasn't really getting anywhere, so I had to change the design at the last minute from pink to purple. And then, of course, my character is obviously with kind of a version of Sonic, but he looks a lot different than how, I guess, fan art of him would look. My version of him looks a little more, people are probably going to say this is going to make the character look weird, but I really only did this when I was testing out something, because I obviously can't draw this. I tried already and it didn't go very well. He's still the same blue hedgehog, but he does have at least a few differences. And I know the fourth one's going to annoy people because they're going to say, oh, Sonic doesn't wear clothes, which is true. But actually, except maybe two of my other OCs that I have, which include Tails and now his oldest sister Camilla, obviously she does have to wear clothes. Tails, I think, and my version of Silver are probably the only two characters that don't wear clothes, although you will see Tails at one point in a tuxedo, but that's when he attends Sonic's 12th wedding, I think, considering in this universe Sonic's been married at least 12 to 22 times.
I almost stripped. Stupid clipboard on the freaking ground. I almost tripped.
Whoa, bro, are you okay?
I didn't fall.
Should I keep going? I don't want to bore anyone.
Yeah, you're not boring anybody.
No,
right,
it's
guys?
okay. It's okay. You can still continue.
Yeah, like
Okay.
we're talking about our stuff. You can talk about your stuff.
Thanks.
Besides, it's on stream, so if people got lost, they could be able to just rewind it after the stream. So
I think I'm gonna have to. Quick side note. I think I'm gonna. I after this stream, I'm just gonna change the title to Rant Stream.
or talking about things.
Yeah, that I guess that does make more sense because I don't think anybody on here has really ranted that I know of. Although Carter might have done that maybe a little earlier from an issue that he clearly wouldn't want to talk about here. But the only thing I will say is, yeah, that didn't go very well.
Oh boy.
As I was trying to say though, yeah, my version of Sonic is quite different. I mean, I think I actually have it with me. I know this is gonna look a little bizarre, but I don't have a picture of this, sadly, because I've tried drawing this twice, and I couldn't do it. So just to get a better view, I guess, if you can even call it that, I'm going to turn on my camera here for just 1 second. This is basically how my Sonic looks. I know the lighting in here is a little bit bad, but this is how he's supposed to look. And yes, the back of his quills do look a little bizarre. They're supposed to have purple streaks, because when I drew him originally, I think he had orange streaks in his quills, but then that reminded me too much of my one of my friends' OCs that looked a bit like Shadow, because he had orange streaks, and then I realized, oh, that's a little too similar to him, and then people might think he's just another clone of like Shadow or something. So even though the purple streaks aren't easy to see, that's how it's supposed to look. And then he has black hair with red tips. I think the red tips were probably from the Dragon Blade character. If people know Brave the Cat, they'll probably know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
The purple thing he's wearing is supposed to be a tuxedo, but apart from that, I don't exactly know what this is. He has a leather jacket like the main character from the Crow movie. The cape was kind of a last-minute addition. I'm not really sure why I added that. Maybe it's from that thing my friend my RP sister Sarah did, where she showed like a picture of Sonic that had a cape on. That might have come from some kind of fan project or something. I don't remember. The headband was not supposed to be added, but originally nothing else would hold that up. Now, as for the little skull on his head, that's more for something I tried out before, when Sonic Song 182 did this little video series called Sonic's Night. I think it was Sonic's Nightmare Before Christmas, if I remember correctly, where he looked a bit more like Jack, which he, I guess, sort of does. Still has the same bat bow tie and the skull on his head, I guess, if you can call it that. And the only reason he wears pants is because it's actually hard to find pants that fit a plush like this, and it's a little hard to tell here. The bracelets were more so just something I added myself because I wasn't really sure what else to put on there, and nothing else I had could pass off for a watch. And as for the ring, I know this doesn't make sense because my character obviously does not have a wedding ring, or even, or not a wedding ring, sorry, I said that wrong. I know she doesn't have like anything up here that shows like married or anything, but my character here, in case nobody saw that, that actually is a wedding ring that he's wearing that I had to make myself out of diamonds and pipe cleaner, which was a little difficult, but basically that's how he looks. Now, my character Jade is not supposed to look like this because she's a hedgehog, not a duck. But I experimented with this several times with a bunch of these plushies I already have, and none of them actually worked because whatever my OC was going to look like, she had to have shoes, and none of these OCs I have could wear shoes. And then the only one I had that did was Amy, but I already have Amy in this universe because she's Jade's mother, despite that Jade doesn't actually know much about her parents. She just knows that Amy's supposed to be her mom. Some people think Sonic's her dad, but there is one little problem with that theory, because despite that her last name is Sonic, I'm pretty sure when I designed her that Sonic was not supposed to be her dad, because yes, Amy was married to Sonic before Jade was born, but Sonic in my universe now is I'm trying to remember this character because I don't see this female character too much in the series anymore, but if I remember correctly, I think at this point he either married, I think at one point he was married to Sally, so at this point he's either married to Blaze or somebody else. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Blaze, but I could be wrong. My Jade's obviously not supposed to look like this because this is a duck, clearly not a hedgehog, but I don't have a purple hedgehog, so this is how she looks for now. But once I find someone that can make a purple hedgehog character, then I can change it up just a little bit. And the only reason she's partially dressed like this is because I was trying different things, see what works, what doesn't. And the wedding dress and veil clearly give away that she's married to my OC there, even if I didn't quite mention it. The idea for this new series, though, which is called the Dravade series, mainly started from what I found I actually wanted to do, because I remembered my best friend, Shiro Cold Keys, I was supposed to do something a little similar to this for his OCs, and I didn't get the chance to with all the stress I'd gone through and stuff, and other people having other issues, and then I had to like calm them down from like whatever they were going through and stuff. And also the stress another certain person's putting me through isn't really helping either, but that's not really his fault. It's just how his living conditions are right now, I guess. This started originally, I think, from, like I said, a sketch that I made where Jade looked more like Amy because she was pink. And then Draven looked more like Sonic, which of course he's supposed to be because he is Sonic's son. That's why I've said to people that even though her last name is Sonic, technically, it doesn't mean that she's related to Sonic. At least I don't think she is, because at this point in my universe, Amy is actually married to someone else now. If I remember correctly, she either married Shadow, who she has 2 daughters and 6 sons with, or at this point she might be married to Silver, because I know Silver and Blaze are obviously divorced in this universe by this point, despite they still have 2 children to take care of, Silver Jr. and Celeste. And then my version of Amy's also a little different too, because she actually does have siblings, if I remember correctly. So there's Cody, Kelly, and Rosie, obviously. I think she has an older sister named I'm trying to remember. It was either Pacey or Kate or Stacy. I can't remember. I think it is Stacy, but I'm not sure. They don't show her as much. And then a little similar to Sonic's siblings, Sonia and Manic. In Amy's case, it's Vonia and Zanuck. I don't really know where the name Zanuck came from. Maybe that was just a test I did with the former character. It started off as a llama, obviously, because I don't have a plush that's a green hedgehog, obviously, because those are hard to find. And then she does have 3 other younger siblings, which are Sonic, Silver, and Shadow, but it's not the same ones she grew up with, obviously, because, you know, Sonic, Silver, and Shadow still exist in this universe, too. Although, just like a fan fiction I read, all 3 of them are actually related. Something Shadow tries to deny sometimes, and Silver doesn't deny it that much, except unless he's around one of his other ex-wives, not Blaze, obviously. I think he was married to I think her name was Trixie Taylor, I believe. She was like a chrome hedgehog that he bumped into, I think, like a week ago when he was trying to save Blaze from this really dangerous palace siege that someone got involved in. I don't really know exactly what happened, but he met her that way, and they were married, I think, for like maybe 3 years before he married Blaze. And obviously now he's with Amy at this point, which means Sonic and Amy are no longer together. Sonic's married to Blaze. He's now the king in this universe, of course. Blaze took on the role as queen. They're taking care of their 12 kids, along with Blaze's 12 other kids she had from previous marriages, including Drake Darkstar, the same person that was married to Amy before. Also one of her longer marriages than when she was married to Manic, Sonic's brother. Although Manic's not shown too much throughout this, but he is still married to Sally in this universe. And then Sonia is, quite coincidentally, married to Amy's. They're almost the same age, her and Cody, except I think he's like 2 years older than she is. But yeah, that's who Sonia's married to. And then Jade does have some of her own siblings, but they're not shown too much. If I remember correctly, I think her siblings, because there's either 12 or 22 of them, I'm trying to remember. The main 5 that you will see later are, because she's obviously the youngest one. So there's her brother Luke. I think she does have a brother named Sonic as well, but I'm not too sure. There are like so many different Sonics running around. Then there's another sister, Emilionic. I'm not too sure where I came up with that name. I think it's probably when I tried to mash together Sonic and Amy's names when they called her Amelia, I suppose. And then there's another sibling, Casey, like one of Sonic's sisters, because in this universe, Sonic has 4 sisters. Sarah, Sonia, Amanda, and Casey, obviously. And then I think there's 2 twins, Chelsea and Macy, I think, although they're not shown as much. And then, of course, Sonic does have 2 brothers, Manic and I'm pretty sure Nazo, but I could be wrong. I really don't remember. And then also Movie Sonic.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the whole thing of him being brothers with Nazo and Movie Sonic was probably from one of Movie Sonic's videos, I think, when that version of EXE, I hope I'm saying this right, Exceltier or whatever he said. The not
Excelsior?
so... Yeah, something like that. The not so evil EXE version, I think, when he took on some kind of dad role, I believe, in one of Movie Sonic's VR chat videos. Nazo isn't shown much. He's definitely not evil anymore, and he is actually dating Sonic's sister Sarah, although again, they're not shown as much, what with Nazo being married at this point and with 2 kids of his own. Scourge and Fiona are shown sometimes, but not as much.
Sorry if I haven't talked much. I'm literally doing schoolwork as I I'm literally doing schoolwork as I do this.
That's fine, considering you are still in school. Tails does actually show up quite a bit here, or at least a version of Tails, where he actually does not wear clothes. But like I said, there will be one time, I think this was Sonic's 8th wedding, I believe, where Tails actually did wear a tuxedo. And then, of course, you see all of Sonic's kids at this wedding, of course. And the only reason why Jade shows up here is because... strangely, you don't actually know who Jade's father actually is because he hasn't been shown yet, but people have speculated 5 to 6 different hedgehogs as her father, and some continue to speculate that it is Sonic because that is her last name. But Amy confirmed at her brother's wedding that Sonic is not Jade's father because she was not married to Sonic at that time. It was 1 week after Sonic and her were divorced.
Oh, dang.
And that had nothing to do with their, with the baby in the family, which is baby Sonic. That had nothing to do with him. Sonic mainly divorced her because his athletic career was kind of keeping them apart. And then when Amy went on to have an acting career, she wasn't around as much, and that made things difficult on their 32 kids, because they actually have 32 kids together. And that's Kelly, Cody with the K, Aurora, Nick, Luke, Jamelia, Jamie, Sonic Jr., which I guess is a little similar to Baby Sonic, but not really. Alex and Kayla. I'm trying to remember this other one. I think they do have a daughter named Blaze, but I think her name's actually Blaziana, which I guess is a little bit similar to the Blaze they already know. And then they have a couple of others, Goslin and Max. And then there are 3 triplets. I think it's Drake, Jake, and I think they named one of them Lake. I'm not sure. I don't really know where that name came from. And then the last 4 are Mia, Keon, Sally, and then I think the last one is Sonangle, I believe. I think it's either Sonangle or Sony. It's one of the two, because she goes by either name, so I can't quite remember. Sonic and Amy in this universe still see each other on occasion, though, when they're co-parenting, and then Amy does sometimes run into other people she's had kids with. Like, for example, her and Manic have 2 kids, or 5 kids, actually, and then her and Sally, they have 2 daughters. Her and Blaze have 3 triplet daughters, and then everybody else Amy was married to, I think they have from, like, 2 to 8 kids, I think. The only person she doesn't have kids with that she was married to was Silver's twin brother. I think his name was Trent, I think, but then other people called him Tilver. I'm not really sure why that is. Probably because they were mistaken as fraternal twins, although they look more alike each other, I suppose. Except Trent always wears dapper suits all the time, and Silver doesn't really wear much, mainly just wears like a cape and a hoodie most of the time. There is one occasion where he is actually wearing jeans, but I think that was for one of Sally's dinner parties, I think, where she invited her sister, her daughter, and then I think 2 of her own kids from when she was married to Manic's cousin, I believe. And then I think her and Sonic's kids, I think they either live with her or they lived with Manic. I can't remember. Because her and Manic do have to live in different houses when, say, Sally's family is over, because Sally's house is so small that it's not going to fit everybody. So unless her family's visiting, that's the only time her and Manic are not living together. But since they are married, they do live together most of the time with their kids. Jade, on the other hand, a little later in the series, does end up having her own kids. I think it's David and Dayton Shane, I believe, I think is what their names are, because I think they originally only had 2 kids. And then a little later on, she gives birth to 12 more of them, I think. And then Draven, before he was with her, had a daughter named Miranda that he had with a woman named Leah that is sadly no longer around, kind of like how Jade's former partner Marco was no longer around either due to a really bad plane crash that took place. But nobody exactly knows what happened. They just know Marco went, I think, like on tour to see his former girlfriend Ruby at one of her beauty pageants, and either the plane ran out of gas, or as Jade's former friend Margot pointed out, they think the plane got struck by something, but because it was so dark and stormy that night, no one exactly knows what happened. They just know the plane crashed. However, it turns out later, though, that Marco didn't actually perish from that accident, because he does reappear later after his attempts to win Ruby back, which he was with her for at least 6 more years. But then when he found out about Jade's upcoming nuptials, he attempted to get back with her, apart from despite Draven's constant protests. But thankfully, she did not take him back, because she knew if she did leave, that would hurt Draven really, really badly. And Jade decided that because she was partially mean to him when they first met, she wanted to make up for the way she'd treated him then. So she decided to stay with him rather than rekindle things with her ex, because she knew that just wasn't going to go very well. Plus, she finds out 1 month later Marco was already engaged, and Ruby and her didn't know about it. But Marco ends up breaking the engagement and fixing things with Ruby once he discovers her current partner is actually abusing her.
Oof.
Yeah, originally neither of them knew about this, and I don't think even Draven did, but I believe when him and his band were actually on tour one time, they bumped into Margot and Dylan, which are some good friends of his. I want to say it's his bandmate Kurt, but I can't say that because it's not him. Oh yeah, it was Colton. Yeah, because Colton is one of the younger brothers of Dylan, because Dylan actually has a few brothers of his own. There's Colton and Nick, because Nick's the youngest. Colton's obviously, I think he's the middle child, I believe, because Dylan, I think, is actually the oldest one of the brothers, at least. Then they have an older sister named Zarina. She's married to a Marco herself. I think actually that's Marco Ames Sr., because the one Jade and Ruby were with was Marco Ames Jr., even though he doesn't use the name Jr. too much, because some people think he looks more like her neighbor Kenny, and Kenny's middle name is actually Marco too, and people don't want to confuse the two since they dress and look almost exactly the same. The only difference is Kenny is more Italian, and obviously the Marco they know is not, despite that he did grow up in an Italian home for at least a few weeks when he left the orphanage. And then Marco and Zarina have a daughter named Keegan, which is Dylan's niece. And then Dylan and Margot themselves have two kids, Bettina and their daughter, their son's name is Nick Jr., actually, because obviously his brother, their son was actually named after his brother Nick. And then his best friend Johnny is around sometimes. I think you do see him at all the weddings, I know that much. And then when Jade went to the cemetery before she started school when she thought Marco wasn't around anymore, you do see Johnny one other time comforting her, maybe not in the way that a friend would do, a little more probably on the friend with the crush kind of thing, but Jade made a promise to him before he left that she wasn't going to be with anyone else in case she ever saw him again. And then Draven, actually, before he met Jade, he was engaged himself, despite that when you are technically 13, that is a little bit young. But this wasn't of his own will. I believe this arranged engagement was done by his, I want to say his parents, but you don't see his parents in this too much. I mean, you do see Sonic sometimes. And then as for Draven's mom, which I think at this point would either be Sally or Mina, I can't remember. It's one of the two. I just don't remember which girl, because Sonic was with like at least 12 different women at the time before he got married. And then there was the whole engagement entanglement where he was engaged to Gonzo's daughter, Gonzella, but was also engaged to Sally at the same time. He wound up having to break both engagements once he discovered that Amy was being pursued by Drake, and Sonic attempted to win her over, and it didn't work for so many years because she wound up remarried to Drake at least 3 times. Then eventually, when Amy gave up on the rest of her exes, Sonic wound up married to her eventually, and Sally did attend the wedding, but she didn't stay for too long. She ended up, I think, leaving 1 hour before the birth of Sonic's children, I think. Although she did come back after the twins were born, I believe. And then her and Silver had to leave on a trip the next day when, I think that's when his divorce from Nina was finalized, I believe. And then that's when he went to propose to Blaze. But Blaze was taken by Drake at the time, so Silver actually had to propose to Sonica first, since Sonica and Alex were having issues at the time.
Uh-oh.
They weren't divorced at the time, though. They were more so on a break. But then when Sonica had to confirm over the phone to Alex that she wanted this break to be permanent, Alex went on for a little while to date Sylvina, which is one of Silver's older daughters, I think. And then Alex stayed with her for like maybe 2 years. And then after Sonica had to call off the engagement she was in, she left her then partner to go back to Alex, because after Shadina's twin sister was pursuing him, Alex got scared, and then Shadina actually stepped in to defend him when she said, if he doesn't want to marry you, he doesn't have to. Her twin didn't take that very well, but thankfully Shadina is still there for Alex whenever he needs her. She does actually show up quite a bit. She is with the version of Sonic herself, because they are actually married. I think this is, I think it's Fire Sonic that she's married to. I can't remember. She is with a Sonic. I just don't remember which one it is. And then the Boom Sonic they know in this universe is obviously with Amy. I think he was with Shadina first, but there were kind of rocky patches between the two. It was either before or after the birth of her son, I think, is where things started to crumble between him and Shadina, but I can't actually remember. From how Margot tells this story, she says, because Boom Sonic's first original girlfriend was actually Sally's sister. I think her name was Tally. I can't remember, because her name was Talia, but then everybody called her Tally for short. I think it's because her and Sally were twins. And Boom was engaged to her first, and then that engagement was actually forced to be stopped because after Boomtails and Zoe got engaged, Zoe pointed out that her cousin Tally was actually involved with a gang at the time, and they knew that wasn't safe for Boom Sonic. So they basically forced the engagement to get they basically called the engagement, they were forced to call the engagement off despite Boom's constant protests, and I think he even petitioned against them, but it didn't work. Then 1 month later, he was engaged to Shadina. They were together for maybe 6.5 years. And then that got cut after, I think it's Boom Infinite, I believe, that got engaged to Boom Amy first. But after they discovered that that was to get back at Boom Shadow, who's friends with Boom Sonic, of course, Boom Sonic didn't want to see his second best friend get hurt, so he had to step in, and after he teleported or sent away Boom Infinite to someplace else, Boom proposed to Boom Amy, because although Boom Shadow was going to do it first, Stick said, no, I don't want the man I love marrying someone else, which I guess threw him off, and he wound up marrying her, because obviously their rouge was taken by Knuckles, and then another random character by the name of Zaziel, which is Raziel's twin brother, even though he's not shown much. Jade does actually meet him, I think, 1 week after Sonic's wedding, though, and they do bond, at least as friends. And his girlfriend, I think her name's Zai, I can't remember. It's either Zai or Kai, I can't remember. They're shown, I think, to be friends of Jade as well, and they also come to her when, I think this actually is when Draven had to leave for at least a week, because this is where he discovers his daughter Miranda was missing. This was before he had the twins with his with Jade, obviously. This is before Jade gave birth to them. When he discovered Miranda was missing, Draven left in the middle of his tour to find his daughter, and Kurt and one of his other bandmates had to go with him because Draven couldn't go by himself. And then Zaziel and Diamond, a friend of his, they both appeared to take care of Jade because she was having, obviously, a lot of problems. But when the gang came back to try to capture, I think originally they were planning to kill her, but after the spell that Zephy put on them, they couldn't do it, so then they just attempted to hurt her, but that's when Shadina and several other people came up to the mansion, and then they put this like impenetrable fortress in front of it, and then Shadina actually stood on top and said, if you dare to come in here, you're not going to like where this ends. And at first nobody knew what that meant, but after they saw there were like I think somebody had like flame power or something. It wasn't Blaze. I think it was her sister Zena, I believe. But both of them were kind of standing guard, and they said, "Don't come in or you'll get burned." And that scared the gang away temporarily, except for the leader, because after Jade was trying to protect both her and her babies, one of the gang members wound up kicking her, but then Shadina jumped in the way and kicked them out of the window. She just goes, "Don't touch my friend or you'll go to the hospital." She said something a lot more threatening, but I obviously can't say that because people might take that as an actual threat. So a lot of the main Sonic characters you do see in this universe. The only two you don't see, especially from the old days, are probably Breezy. You do see Scratch and Grounder, I think, for a minute, but they're not actually bad guys anymore. I think this is actually where they're running a bank. And then the curious thing about this is, because people are probably wondering what Eggman does in this universe, the surprising thing is, both Eggmans are retired, married, and fathers in this universe. I don't know how many people that actually surprises, but that is technically true. Blaze's Eggman wound up marrying, I'm trying to remember this one. I think it's Egg Woman's cousin, I think, is who Blaze's Eggman wound up marrying. And then the Eggman that Sonic, Tails, and the others know, he married Ella. They have 2 sons and a daughter, and he doesn't cause chaos anymore. The only main villains they really have to worry about at this point are basically Zavok's father. Sometimes you see Mephiles, but he's not around that much. And then the only other major threat they have is Sonic's evil twin brother, Jinx. But the only thing he doesn't do when it comes to fighting his opponents is he doesn't really attempt to kill anybody, because being married to Nebula's sister, you obviously can't get away with that. And Nebula said himself when she dumped him that that's the only thing she wouldn't be okay with, considering both Sonic and Amy were nearly killed at one point. And if Nebula hadn't helped them, that's what would have happened. Of course, Nebula was also married to Manic for a short while before he rekindled his marriage with Sally for the 5th time after he finally stopped thieving, came out of jail for like the 12th time. And then obviously it was the birth of his son, Manic Jr., that allowed him to finally not only make amends to everybody that he hurt, he got a 36 billion ring check from Sonic, and he used that on his birthday to pay everybody back that he ripped off, including Knuckles, Knuckles' daughter, Rouge's son, and then I believe at one point even Sonic's aunt, because I think Manic actually ripped off Sonic's aunt at one point. Manic actually never met his aunt, though. You only see her one time before she's married and has kids. And then the only person in this universe that actually doesn't marry at any time is Tails. I think it's Tails' 5th ex-wife, which is I'm trying to remember. I think it's Fiona's twin sister that doesn't end up marrying here, mainly because her last marriage, I think, caused her too much pain. And I believe her former spouse at one point was actually killed by one of Zavok's father's lances, I think. When he was teaching his son how to do it, he wound up accidentally impaling him in the skull. And Fiona's sister decided she wasn't going to marry again so that she wouldn't have to go through that same pain. As for Draven's fiance before Jade, though, her name was Lana Perry. She was a golden hedgehog with blue streaks. She looks a little like Sonic and has those kind of silver tip things that Silver has on his quills. And then she also has Shadow's inhibitor rings, Sonica's shoes, and then I think it's either Blaze's or Mina's dress. I can't remember. But she definitely dresses a lot differently than some other characters, not including Jade. And then as for Fiona's sister, she doesn't dress anyway like how Fiona does, because Fiona, I think, is a little more, I want to say tomboy, but I'm not sure if that's entirely true. Fiona's sister more so wears dresses and skirts most of the time. The only time you ever see her wear jeans is if she's in a casual hangout with people, but that only happens when she has absolutely nothing to do, and the rest of her girlfriends obviously don't have dates all the time. As for Draven's former fiance, though, Lana, they were engaged, I believe, for maybe 4 years before Jade transferred to Draven's school. But after Draven caught her cheating on him, he broke their engagement, told Sonic. Sonic was actually very accepting of it, but after Mina found out, she was originally going to banish him, but because Gonzo and Rochelle are actually king and queen of this universe, Gonzo wouldn't allow it. He said, if you try banishing your own son, they're going to end up having you go to jail. So instead, they wound up they were originally going to send Mina to jail, but because her daughter didn't want that to happen, she snuck her mom into one of these teleportation devices, and she actually sent her mom to her grandparents' house so they wouldn't find her and try to have her arrested. And also Tails came in at the last minute to help as well, because he has been married to Mina before, so he went to Mina's parents' house and then basically took care of her after she got injured during one of their battles with Zavok's father. Zavok is actually not around in this universe much, mainly because him and Xena are basically having their own issues. And you only see Xena maybe twice trying to win Sonic back, but Blaze always stops her at like every attempt that she makes. Although you do see Amy once in a while working for Xena, obviously not in Xena's evil ways, because she did actually give that up, which I think is one of the things that caused a rift between her and Zavok and why their marriage fell apart, or why their relationship fell apart. They were never married, they just dated for a few years. Xena and Amy are actually, they don't really get close, I think, until after I think it's the death of Xena's cousin, I believe. I think that's what brings her and Amy closer. And then Xena eventually does get close to Jade at the same time, but it actually takes a while. I think they're actually on very rocky paths the first time they start. Although once Xena accidentally nearly gives away who Jade's father actually is, Amy cuts her off at the last second and says, don't tell her about that yet, because if Draven finds out, he might not take it very well. Because Draven himself doesn't actually know that Amy and Sonic used to be together. Because people still speculate, since Jade's last name is Sonic, they speculate that she's Sonic's daughter, but Amy's confirmed already that's not the case. Sonic does have daughters, but Jade is actually not his daughter. Amy mainly just gave her the last name Sonic because it was actually one of her, because she got it from her youngest son, Baby Sonic, and that's why she ended up putting Sonic as her daughter's last name, because she didn't want people to think Sonic was Jade's father, because she confirmed already that's not the case. We don't actually know who Jade's father is yet, because he hasn't really shown up. So with the amount of men Amy's been married to, they actually don't know who Jade's father is. It was never confirmed. As for Amy's dad, he does appear quite a bit. Amy's father, Dylan Rose, is obviously married to Queen Alina at this point, which is Sonic's mom. They're obviously married. They have their own kids. They are shown quite a bit. Sonic's dad does show up, I think, a few times with his new partner, which I think is Xena's mom. I can't remember. It's either Xena's mom or Blaze's mom. I have no idea. As for Amy's actual mom, Crystal, this part's actually really sad. And it's even more sad that this had to happen to her when she was a baby.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Amy, basically, as an infant, didn't actually have a big family back then. When it first started and she was just a baby, it was her father, Dylan, her mother, Crystal Amelia, her oldest brother, Stuart, his wife, Margalo, and their 2 children. I think they had 2 sons, I believe, and then eventually Margalo does have a daughter, even though they don't show her too much. And then the only other relative they had there at the time was Dylan's cousin, Miranda, I think. I think you only saw her like maybe once or twice. That's originally how their family was, and then Amy did have 2 twin sisters, but you couldn't actually see them because the room of the palace was so dark when all this took place, you couldn't actually see anything. The night before the tragic stuff happened, though, it was a huge palace party that Dylan threw himself, and he left in the middle because he thought someone in the backyard was getting attacked, and then when the Red Claw Flock showed up, which was a tribe that Sonic was part of, Sonic was obviously just a toddler at this point, or a baby, I can't remember which. He got injured one time before the siege took place, and Amy crawled out to help him. That's basically how her and Sonic met in this universe, technically. But the leader of the Red Claw Flock basically started the siege after all these flames came up. Sonic accidentally knocked over somebody that was in front of him, and that's obviously how it took place. Dylan was scared, so he took everybody in his family out of the palace as quick as he could, or at least he tried to, and pretty much everybody got out. But Stuart got stuck when this giant piece of rubble fell on him, and then the flames eventually reached him. Margalo actually tried to fly in to help him despite having a broken wing. But sadly, that did not work because not only did he get crushed by the giant piece of rubble that fell on him, the flames actually burned him so bad that sadly he did not survive that. And when Crystal Amelia found out about this, she was so torn and hurt that when she sat on a window that was falling apart, she fell off of it. And then after she pummeled to the ground, she sadly got attacked by the vampire clan, and she did not survive that either. Dylan was so crushed by all of this, he nearly attempted to be the next one to go, and Margalo was originally going to let him, but after she heard Stuart's voice and then saw his actual ghost appear in the water that they were near, she heard what she told him when he said, "Even though you're mad at him, just do what I couldn't do and save someone when they need it. Even if he refuses you, do what I couldn't do." That was enough to actually get Margalo to listen to him, so she ends up saving him at the last minute. Dylan was so grateful that he allowed her to move back in with the family, obviously, and then when they moved, Amy was basically still little at this point, but Dylan had a hard time taking care of her by himself, so he left her to Sonic's parents, and then she was raised by Sonic's parents until she was 14. Then she was sent to live with Corey and Rob, her 2 cousins, but then after Corey moved out and got married, Rob took on the duties himself. And then when she turned 18, she was brought back to Dylan, and then that's where she had all those complicated relationships and marriages and stuff. When she turned 28 is when she finally agreed to be with Sonic. They dated for a few years. They've been married at least 4 times, and they had all of their children together. Obviously, I think baby Sonic and Aurora were the ones that were born first. I think it was either them or maybe Cody and Kelly were born first. I have no idea. They've been divorced about 3 times before Jade's birth, and then in between the birth of his son Draven, and then Sonic's I think it's Sonic's daughter, Marina, that was born afterward, or I think at the same time. That's when his 8th and final divorce from Amy had occurred. Amy was single at that point, raising Jade by herself for a little while, and then she eventually does meet Jade's father, and then they're together for a little while. Then actually, eventually after Silver's final divorce from Blaze, that's when she gets with Silver, and then Sonic eventually winds up married to Blaze. Although you don't really see Blaze for a little while until their actual wedding. And Blaze ended up giving birth at her own wedding, which made things a little uncomfortable, but Tails assured everybody that if they stayed, they weren't going to miss anything.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Eggman actually, Sonic and Tails' Eggman actually paid for the wedding himself, because originally he wasn't going to, but Ella said that because she was broke and originally was going to pay for their wedding, she found out she was broke and she couldn't do it. So she said, would you mind paying for the wedding yourself since I can't? And he clearly didn't want her upset, and he didn't want them upset, and he also didn't want them to cancel. So Eggman said, sure, I'll pitch in what little bit I've got left over from when Warbot and Cubot left. And after Metal and Metal Amy got together, Metal gave up some of the money he had, gave it to Eggman, and then Eggman and Metal actually paid for the wedding themselves. And then Mario pitched in a little bit too with Luigi, Daisy, and Peach. And then Rosalina pitched in a bit too when they discovered they didn't have enough.
Huh. Still there, Bestie?
So yeah, that's pretty much how things are like in this universe, basically. At least as far as the important stuff goes.
Carter, are you okay? What's wrong?
Oh, fucking failed on this stupid test.
I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh, are you okay, bro?
I fucking got a 0.
Oh dear.
And whenever I get so let's just say that I roll sometimes whenever I fail really badly at these, no matter what it is. What the? Hold on, this.
I know you don't like to talk about her, but after that.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
No, I know that. I'm saying, after what happened between you and her, did you end up doing that when it happened?
What?
Like, that picture you have now, is that what you went with for a while when you were angry at her? I know you obviously still are, but I wondered about that.
I mean, like, that's when, like, I'm in a really bad state. Like, something, like, when I'm in, like, a really bad state. Actually, I muted myself there, but, like, yeah, like, that's why I have an emotional state on my Discord, so, you know, because I'm feeling upset or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
School has been killing me.
Huh.
Literally,
I actually used to feel the same way when I was in school, because I'm probably the only person here that had to graduate from 2 schools. And no, it wasn't college, because we could not afford that. After I graduated the high school I went to, I was given a choice to either go into what they call project search, which is I think for people that wanted to work early, but I didn't have enough training or experience, so I couldn't do that. And I also wasn't ready, so I decided to just go to young adult, which is the last school I graduated from, along with my ex, my former friend, my other ex, and a bunch of other people. That was the last school I ever graduated from. But yes, I had attempted to kind of leave young adult a few times before, because one, I was bullied constantly by my classmates. My teachers didn't really seem to like me that much, and I didn't really like them, and plus I was getting yelled at by them a bunch. But of course I never actually ended up doing that. And I did actually end up going to 2 different high schools, because in the middle of, like, just before summer vacation started, I had to move when my mother and I were called to take care of my sister's 2 kids, because she only had 2 kids at the time. She has 3 now, but she had 2 at the time. And we stayed in Killeen, Texas for a little while, I think up until January, I think, taking care of my sister's 2 kids, Izzy and Timmy. And then we left in January something. I went back to Clay and finished off there, graduated there. Then we went to young adult for like a few more years. I think I went there till I was like 22, I believe. And then after that happened, basically I didn't have to go to school anymore, so now I just kind of relax, I suppose.
Alright. Hey, Shadina, are you there?
Hello? I think she's busy with something. I don't know.
She's probably
Yeah,
in.
since she is in here, I also wanted to apologize to her. I don't know if she's even going to remember this or not. Carter obviously does because he was there and it was his stream.
Well, that was you know whose stream, but the channel's
It was
gone.
yours, bro, but this is when Sanic was in the stream with us. It was you, your then girlfriend at the time, Sanic and me, and then her, and then they got into some kind of argument, I think, that I kind of felt like was my fault, and I actually meant to apologize to her when she came in, but Sanic was just so angry that he wanted her removed. And I realized I never really got the chance to apologize to her. So whatever I actually did to her, I deeply apologize for, because I am not trying to make any enemies here. That's why I'm actually trying to stay on at least civil terms with one of my exes so that nobody else gets hurt. I know my other not you, bro, but my other brother is obviously still getting hurt. But because I didn't want anybody else to get hurt, that's why I'm staying on at least civil terms with them, despite Sonic's kind of protests about the situation. But I wanted to apologize to Shadina because whatever I did to her, I just wanted to say I'm sorry because I don't want to be enemies with her. I want to be friends. I don't know if she wants to, but I just wanted to tell her I'm sorry.
I think. Oh shit.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, I was just doing some art stuff.
Okay.
Shadina.
Yeah.
I hope you can forgive me for what happened in that one stream you were in for a little while with me, Carter's former girlfriend, and Sanic, because I know you guys kind of got in like a bit of an argument. Whatever I did to you that day, I deeply apologize for. I am trying not to make any enemies here. I just want to be friends. I don't know if you want to, but I'm open to that. I just don't want to be enemies.
I do forgive you. If you want to be friends with me, I'm down for it.
Yeah, please. I don't.
Thanks.
God.
Because for me, it was just, I'm just having a little bit of a hard time because I just recently lost a birthday twin.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah, it goes with Neil with Aaron Carter.
Oh gosh, I didn't know anything about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like a birthday twin. He was born on the same, he was born on the same day as me.
Wow.
Sorry for your loss, man. Like that.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I've never had something like that, but I can imagine that would be very painful.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, Carter, sorry to bring up that one thing I mentioned again. I know you don't really like to talk about her, but I can also understand why you can't forgive her because she's been kind of hurting my RP dad Sonic a lot. So technically, and along with a few other people, so I don't actually blame you for not forgiving her. I'm not saying that it's a good idea. It's just that I can see where you're coming from because she kind of betrayed me by nearly making him almost kill himself.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was like, oh. And what GF? I don't remember having one. I do know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna act like if they bring it up again, I'm just gonna act dumb. I'm just gonna play dumb. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
I was referring to, I hope she's not actually watching this stream because she might get mad at me. I was referring to, I think it was SSXU Amy, I believe.
Yeah, she's the one.
Yeah, I know you don't really like to talk about her, and I'm not saying it's like the best thing to do to not forgive her, but I can see why you can't and why he can't, because he told me that she was so hateful to him, he actually tried to kill himself, which made things really difficult for me and him, and I didn't speak to him for at least a while because of how betrayed I felt.
Yeah, my old RP son. Yeah, I feel I am. I'm gonna help. I'm hopefully gonna help him with the whole. With
Yeah,
that
you
whole
probably
thing.
should. I don't know how those two are in terms of now, but I'm pretty sure that not only he's still mad at her, but like a few other people that are in his server have actually requested for her to be banned from there because none of them trust her.
I mean, the reason why is because she is a pedophile, and they do not to be deserve to be on social media. Seriously.
The
Oh,
only
thanks.
thing I decided to like pop in the servers is just I just want to make friends.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do as well. Although I've noticed with some of the friends I've made, they do actually develop kind of bizarre obsessive crushes on me, which does not make things easy for Sanic, because now that my ex and I are on partially peaceful terms, he's still a bit worried about exactly what my ex wants, because he did actually tell me himself that he does want me to move in with them, and that just, made Sanic really angry. So those two are still on like really, really hateful terms.
There are going to be like there's one certain time that sometimes the way Sonic had talked, she said that if she and her mother decide to like come down to Illinois and visit, I probably wouldn't mind them having like Sonic visit me. I can no mind.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know you lived in Illinois. That's not too far from where we are.
Mm.
Yeah, we live in Indiana, so that's actually not very far.
3 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I just recently
I
came
don't-
back from a Tennessee Titans football game.
I'm
Recently.
gonna just to where
Nice.
I come from. I'm just gonna put this in the private chat. Please don't say this out loud.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm from. Oh god, I can't believe I'm gonna admit this.
Ooh,
Oh,
Sonica.
nice.
Touchdown.
Like,
I've
Whoa.
never been there. I've been to Texas. I think I went to Michigan one time, and
Carter,
I'm pretty sure those are the only
Yeah.
states I've been to.
I probably just put in
Yeah.
the private chat. I'm not gonna say it loud, but I will say this. There's a certain part in the place you're from that my mom was from.
Really?
Yeah, she was born and raised there.
Oh my.
Oh, nice.
Yep, but what part are you from in that area?
I don't know if I'm gonna be honest. Some people say I don't even have a Cajun accent, which is. Wait. Guys, no one knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, no one who doesn't read the private chat. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, privacy, guys, privacy.
Yeah, you like
That's
that.
why
Plus,
I
you love
didn't
them.
say anything about that. The only thing I will say is I've never actually been to the place you mentioned. I've never
That's
been there,
fucking
but I can
messy.
obviously see when I've seen state maps that's actually really far. Although I still think where my sister lives, which is in Virginia, is much further than that.
Yeah, there are reasons when I go to Indiana to visit with my grandfather. Because recently in October of 2019, before the COVID curse hit, I
Yeah.
recently lost my grandma on my mom's side.
Ooh,
Oh my,
sorry.
I am so sorry.
Yeah,
I lost both of mine
it hap-
actually on my mom
it
and my
happened so
dad's side.
it
I think
happened
I
so
also
quick.
had my dad's side when I was 22. Oh, I'm sorry, Shadina, go ahead. I don't like
Yeah,
interrupting.
it happened so fast. I mean, my mom had called my sister, and my sister had called me. She said like, "Hey, we need to go to Indiana. Something's going on with grandma, and it's not good, and we have to go now." And I said, "Okay, rather be safe than sorry." I was gonna leave my dad a message and tell him that something's going on with grandma, and then the next day she passed away.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, and I just recently lost my dog. My dog Belle died.
Oh, I'm even more sorry
That
for
is
that. I mean,
relatable.
we haven't lost
It
any
was,
of our cats, but yeah, that's
Oh,
sad. My sister felt the same
that
way
is
when she
very
lost her
relatable.
first dog.
Because in 2017 I
What?
lost my dog, and I've been grieving for a long. I was grieving for a while, and it was literally in December, near Christmas. So
I never
yeah,
knew you had a dog, bro. I knew you had a cat because one of your streams you brought a cat in there.
oh yeah,
That's one thing.
Well, she's a white lab named Josie. The one I have
Aw.
now.
Well, last
Oh,
time
I
me,
think you mentioned that one. I thought you mentioned a different dog, but I remember that one a little bit, like vaguely.
Yeah, the way me and my dad talked, that we're hoping to get a new one eventually. We just gotta find one because we had a full-blooded German Shepherd, and she was only 12.
Yeah, my
My
Uncle
God,
Sam
the
used to have a
German
German Shepherd too, but I don't actually remember what happened. I didn't ask. I just know at the moment he has a little puppy. Last time my sister was here, he actually had a little puppy that he was showing off to us. And then speaking of puppies, actually recently my sister got a puppy as well. It's I think it's part Labrador and then part leopard, I believe.
Wow.
like an African leopard, or
I don't actually know because I mean I do have a picture, but I don't think you can send pictures on stream. So I'll
boy.
bro, I'll send it to you and then you can send it to Shadina so she can see what it looks like, because I don't think I have Shadina on my
Yeah,
friends
because
list, if I remember
I think that should
correctly.
be in private. Because
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
She is really
that's
cute
like-
though. My sister named her Sky from what my mom said.
Aww.
She's the most adorable puppy I've ever seen.
I mean,
well,
the name Sky kind of it kind of reminds me of the one dog in Paw Patrol, the one that
Yeah.
flies.
yep.
Yeah, my one of my ex-fiancés and one of his former girlfriends, they're actually really into Paw Patrol because he told me that himself. This is back when we were actually on good terms, but the male Amy and I, that I know nobody obviously knows him because he doesn't have this kind of social media stuff. We're actually on very bad terms now because just before Halloween, he was pestering me constantly about my Halloween costume because he wanted to match up with me, despite this was supposed to be a couple's costume and matching with your ex is clearly not a good thing. But
Oh my
Santa
God.
couldn't do it, and two of my other friends offered, but I said no, mainly because I didn't know if they would actually go through with it or not.
I
And
just thought
mine was actually a mix of Harley Quinn and the Crow, and that's why when I came out and people asked who I was, I said it's Harley Crow. But you know, it's hard to talk when you have fake vampire fangs in your mouth.
Wow.
oh my God, you know what's funny that just happened? That actually happened to me on Halloween.
Really?
There was an event going on in a playground somewhere near me. I don't know what it was called, but you know how many people were in the line?
I wonder
No.
how many.
It was like over I don't know how many people, like 100. And freaking
Oh.
and I was like,
Carter,
oh yeah,
is that your dark spine form?
Mm-hmm.
yep.
I know this is probably going to sound strange because I didn't actually mention it and nobody's actually seen this, so they're probably not going to believe it. Both of my OCs actually have dark spine form, but because Draven's is different, his is actually red with white stripes, but Jade's is purple and blue with white stripes. And then where the kind of like where the quills are by his arms there. Strangely enough, hers are actually when she turns into that, they actually turn chrome instead of purple. Because
Wow.
she's purple already, so that would kind of
It's-
clash a bit too much with her real fur. What form is that, Shadina? Because I've never seen that.
This is
called
phase 4.
It's what?
Wait,
Phase,
phase
it's
4.
phase 4. Jinx. Sorry,
Oh,
Kara.
nice.
Jinx. Yeah, we got a second phase 4, but it's like this.
That almost looks a little like EXE, and the reason I say that is because of how the eyes look.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. By the
I'm
way,
just glad that unlike previous EXEs that I've seen, nobody has bleeding eyes this time, because that's always disturbing to me.
Yeah, I kind of like this version because it's more suitable for Halloween, and this is like that too. I always like this one.
I like that
didn't
too.
really
Sadly,
like
though,
EXE that
when it
much.
was Halloween for me, although my mom and I had like 17 trick-or-treaters that came up here. There was actually a very bad thing that happened before I had to come back in. There was a weird guy that was dressed up very strangely. He had like this creepy mask and what looked like a real knife, and we saw him for like maybe a minute. But then after the last trick-or-treater we had left, he came back up the street, and I'm like, oh gosh, no, and I just ran into the house, and I was so scared that I was shaking for literally hours.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
Usually the funny thing is, last Halloween when I was like trick or treating with my sister Danielle and her kids, I got to fist bump somebody who was dressed up as Michael Myers.
Oh wow.
Heck yeah.
Huh.
And sometimes I even got to see somebody who was dressed up as Michael Myers and she freaked.
Yep, it was back when I was. Well, I guess I can probably tell you the full story. It was back when I was young. Like, it was during the time that my dad was here because. Well, before I tell you the story, let's just say my dad passed away.
Ooh.
Yeah, I lost mine too when I was in like middle school. Oh, by the way, bro, I needed to ask you something because I didn't get the chance to do this.
Yeah.
Sanic actually messaged me a second ago and I forgot to tell him that I was in your stream and I don't think he knows that. Would you mind messaging him for me and telling him that I'm here and I'll be back when the stream's over because I didn't get the chance to tell him.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Go ahead, Sonica. I just had to point that out so he doesn't get worried and wonder where I am.
Okay, well, this happened when I was young, and it was during the time that I was trick or treating with not only my dad but also one of my brothers and his kids.
Oh.
So anyway, this took place while we're in Raymore, and well, that's usually where we go trick or treating. Didn't go this year, but anyway, let's see. It was we were in Raymore and we were already finished with trick or treating. So we went back. Well, while we were trick or treating, I saw a man dressed up as Michael Myers, and I was pretty much creeped out by him. And then after we were finished, we got into the van just so I could go on my dad's old phone, and Carter left.
It's because I told him to message my boyfriend because he messaged me like a minute ago, but it's like I explained in his stream when Cold Keys was with me. I said, when I answer someone's DMs in the middle of a stream, it cuts me out and it's a pain in the butt to have to get back into it over and over and over. So I didn't want to do that. So I told Carter to message him for me because if I did it, I would have been cut out. I just hope this time he wasn't crying because he worries about me a lot and I didn't want him crying because of that because I wasn't answering him.
Oh, alright. So anyway, let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, it was after we're finished with.
I straight up just crashed myself.
Oh dang!
It's okay. Did you tell him?
Currently, if I try to do it, I'm gonna get kicked out. So I'll try to do this when the stream's done. And that's okay.
Okay, I just want him to know because I don't want him freaking out, wondering why I'm not answering him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
wait, what form is that? Hold on, Sonica. What form is that?
Oh, this is the original version of Phase 4 from Season 2.
Oh, that's cool. Go ahead, Sonica. You're
okay.
welcome.
So let's see. After we're done trick or treating, we went back in the van, and I had to use my dad. Well, my dad used to have a phone. During the time, I don't have a phone of my own, so I had to use my dad's phone to listen to some music, and I got my headphones on. Then during the time, through the headphones, I heard the commotion. So I decided to take off my headphones, and I think one of my brothers told me, well, either one of my brothers or my dad, but someone told me to look right next to me, and then when I
Jump
looked,
scare.
but then when I looked right, when I looked to my right, right where the window is right next to me, that's when I saw him there, and I screamed, which caused everyone to laugh.
Jump scare.
That's
Right?
because
You
I
like saying that, don't you, bro?
What?
That's because I didn't expect him to be right there, standing right next to me. Like he was right next to my side. And that's when
Yeah,
the
that
scream
sounds scary.
Kind of the point of a jump scare.
Yep. Well, you could say that. I just didn't expect him. It was just wow.
I need to bring my shadow. I need my own. My shadow needs to do his own stream one day.
That reminds me a little
That
of
would
what
be
happened
awesome.
to, yeah, that reminds me a little something a little similar to what happened to me, my niece, and my nephew one time when I was trick-or-treating with them and my sister, and we passed by someone's house that was just standing there with this huge chainsaw. It
Oh my
scared
God.
my nephew, it scared me, it scared my niece, and none of us were willing to go in there, so my sister looked at us and said, "Do you want me to go in there and get the candy for you?" And we all said yes, and I stood there shivering, my niece was shivering, and my nephew was just kind of like really afraid. My sister went in there, grabbed the candy, and then as soon as we walked out, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't have to go in there because that would have scared me." Like, way worse.
Let's just say my shadow's kind of pissed at me right now.
Why?
He thinks I have a new rival.
Why would he
You
think
know
that?
what? I'll bring him in. Oh wait, I found him. Hold on. Shadow. What? Would you Shadow, why are you? Yes, I am mad at you, you son of a gun. I can't believe that you okay. Okay, here this is my Shadow side of the story. Okay.
Okay.
I train. I try to get stronger literally every day while having a crazy cat lady chase me around all the time and to be a better rival for this idiot. And what does he do? He just went out and paid. He just goes out to other universes and gets some. Well, yeah, but you see, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, that's not that's not inaccurate, but see? And you wanna know how that made me feel? It makes me feel hurt. Makes me feel inadequate. Like I'm not good enough anymore.
Oh dear.
Come on, Shadow. Don't say that. It's
Yeah,
only been
come on.
It's only been a one-time thing. Wasn't Sonic? Because last time I checked, there's a whole that you have to play that she's been saying that she's gonna be your rival soon, and I'm questioning. And you both seem to be starting a rivalship. So does this mean we're not rivals? Come on, Shadow. We literally fused like last week. Yeah, well, I bet you were fused with her if she were there. Okay, that's just not fair.
I'm actually wondering, because of the fuse thing, Shadina, what would happen if you and Sonica fused?
Then it would be Boom. There would be Shadika.
That would look really cool. I want to see that one day. That would look really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a picture of it.
Yeah. In other
Uh-huh.
words, it would have been the same result as Shadok, which is our favorite fusion.
Our male favorite.
Yeah, I actually heard one time when someone commented, I think in like one of those Nozzle Unleashed videos, that sounded a bit like a shipping name, which I guess sort of does. I said the only other thing I could possibly think of that wouldn't sound like a ship name, although again it still might, would either be, because they obviously don't want it to be Shattuck or Sonato, I said the only other way you could possibly mix the names together would be if it was just called like, I was gonna say the only other way they could possibly say it would just be Shonic, because otherwise, there's no other way to mend it, to say it.
Why not Sono?
Yeah, I guess Sono doesn't. Hopefully, nobody says that sounds like a shipping name, because I know non-Sonato fans obviously do not like that.
Actually, that's a few. Actually, I've checked. That's actually a fan fusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
It
of like
does sound a little better than one of my old characters' fusions, because this one that he has was actually a mix of 4 different names. I think it was called Shizuzo Anzo Amy A's. And I know that's really, really hard to say. That's a mix of Queen Rochelle, Rizzo, Gonzo, Amy, and Blaze. And then if you add Sonic to it, like if you put that at the very end, they would call it they'd call it San Shattuck. Because they'd also mix Shattuck and Sonic with it. Like just they'd mix modern Sonic and then they'd obviously mix Shattuck with it, so then it'd be called San Shattuck.
come on, Sal, you gotta lighten up. I'm still your rival. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
why are you exactly getting this other rival? Why are you exactly?
Speaking of rivals, though, Shadina, who would be your rival?
My only best rival that I was thinking of. I'm trying to think. I know me and Sonica are like best friends. We're like
Yeah.
friendly rivals, but we still care for each other like sisters. So in either case, I think my rival would definitely have to be either Jet or Infinite. Definitely Infinite.
As for my character, she
But-
mainly has 4 main rivals. And the first one is one of Sonic's twins, which is Tronic, because he can be kind of a pain. Jet is somehow on occasion sometimes her rival too, mainly because of the way that Jet treated Amy. And then her only other 2 rivals are either Bad Sonic or on occasion, if you really set him off. I suppose in a way then I know this is probably not going to make any sense, but I guess on a certain occasion, if you really do set them off, even though they're technically more, I guess in his case, they're more, he's more so like mostly chill, but if you do set him off, I guess possibly, Sonetic would probably be her other rival too, but that's only if you really set him off and he goes from dark to fire form to ice form, and then the very worst, like the worst form you'd ever see him in would be Sono Dragon. And I don't think anything could take that down, because several people have tried, including Draven and Jade, and that hasn't really worked. The only thing that's possibly more powerful than him would either be I can't say Zavic's father, because he's obviously not that strong compared to that. The only possible villain that would be even stronger than that would have to be Blazonica.
Yeah.
She's probably the only villain more powerful than that one is.
But Sonic, what do you exactly see in this head? Just freaking that she just does things, stuff that you can't. I can't go through like knowing the same thing day in and day out. Oh, there it is. So after like 10 years, I just don't excite you anymore. Is that it?
Oh no.
Shadow, Izanaki wasn't like this when you were dead.
Oh, roasted.
So that's what this is now.
That conversation he's having with Shadow kind of reminds me of the one that Sonic and Shadow from my universe had when they thought a new female rival was going to get in the way when they both had new female rivals. Eventually, though, Shadow's daughter is the one that decided to say they should stop rivaling with each other, probably because the last time they actually got in a major fight actually caused Sonic to get injured really bad. and Shadow actually had to help him because Sonic's then girlfriend actually left in the middle of it, and Shadow had to step up because nobody else could do it, and they couldn't track down Amy because she was actually on her honeymoon at the time, and they couldn't track her down, so Shadow had to step in. He didn't really want to put his rivalry with Sonic aside, but Amy had to convince him to, and she said, if something happens to him, your daughter will never forgive you. Which was technically true because Sarah really does love Sonic as like a second father, and if something would have happened to him, she would have been really angry. So Shadow had to step in and save him. And then they actually went from rivals to best friends to, I guess, teammates at this point, because Sonic in this universe actually is a famous accomplished athlete. Shadow took on the same thing after Blaze and Amy dropped out and moved on to their acting careers.
Well, as for me, as far as rivals are concerned, at first I don't have a rival, but you know what?
Yeah?
I think I found myself a rival.
And who would that be?
Who?
Just to one of Sonic's lines. I feel so embarrassed. I hope he's not watching this
Oh,
stream.
Okay, so the name of my rival is well, he goes by the name, well, he's like a different version of Boom Chow. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, he's called Coffee Boom Chow.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh yeah, I was watching the stream earlier on Coffee's channel.
Yeah, it was really
I broke the
funny.
door. Oh yeah, I broke the door down.
Yeah, and I saw, and I asked him what happened, and you said he broke something down by accident. And I said, how the heck did you do that?
Did somebody say Coffee Shadow?
What?
Did someone say Coffee Shadow?
Yeah, he's like a good friend of ours.
Yeah,
my friend Nathan actually said Coffee Shadow was his best friend, and Nathan and I didn't really get to talk much, but he did mention that. I just wanted to know if it was the same one. I've never met him, but that's a friend of Nathan's.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same one, and he's really nice.
Because I don't get to see Nathan that much, so I wanted to know what he was like. I don't think I've ever met him, if I remember correctly.
I'm actually I'm actually his backup Coffee Sonic.
Really? Yeah. I've never heard of one of those, but that's kind of cool. Although it does actually remind me of this kind of bad joke I've told a few people before. I don't know how many people would get it, but I told it, I think, like at least once. I've said to someone just when I was trying to make someone laugh one time, I actually said, what do you call a cop that drinks coffee?
What?
A coffee cop. I still said, though, my funniest one is when, because I think I said this to Sonic maybe once or twice, I can't remember. I was trying to make a couple of people laugh, so then I said something to them where I was like, why did the coach go to the bank?
Why?
To get his quarterback.
Oh my god, that's actually, oh my.
I know. I heard that in the Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, and I thought that was so funny. I just had to say that like a few other times. And these other three I know from a kids' TV show, but these always make me laugh every time too. And the first one is, what do you call a lizard who sings?
What?
A reptile. I know, I laughed so hard at that. I still do now.
Wait.
And then another one I heard is, what kind of snakes like to hang out on cars in the rain?
What?
I know.
Windshield vipers.
I know exactly.
And then the last one I heard, which is the one I thought was the most funny, what's the best way to catch a squirrel?
What?
Climb a tree and act nuts. I know. I laughed so hard at that too. And then the last one, this isn't from Kratz. This is from a book a friend of mine gave me one time. What is a puppy's favorite pizza topping?
What?
Pepperoni. Yeah. Oh, this one, I actually just thought of this myself, and I didn't want to try this on Sonic because I thought this would possibly offend him, but I did actually use this, I think, one time just to tease him. What do you call it when Sonic or a Sonic meme goes insane?
What?
What?
Insanity.
Oh my god.
God, I hope Sonic didn't hear me say that because that might actually offend him.
He-
So I hope he's not
did-
watching.
did-
But if he is, I'm deeply sorry. But I thought that was so funny, mainly because
You
the
know
one I was going to say
I
from
have
Bill
to say,
wouldn't really make a lot of sense.
I would say, great jokes, 10 points. Ah, yeah.
Thanks. I'm not really that good at making people laugh, but when I heard those, except the last one I said, I thought maybe some people here might actually like to hear that, even though I've been told. Some people tell me I'm funny, but other people have told me I'm actually not that funny, so I just wanted to see what would happen. But that last one, I literally just came up with on my own. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to say that on Sonic yet, because I thought that might offend him, so I decided not to say that.
Man,
No.
I usually, when me and Sonica watch like special YouTube channels regarding like some of the funny things, I mean, one of the YouTubers that me and Sonica both like is that Virgo who was paired up with Rai 99. Whenever they do Garlic Bone or the other Gmod related stuff, one of their friends, Gears, had said a really funny dirty comment, and it was really funny. Do you want to know what dirty comment it was?
What was it?
You can all suck my pendulum.
Whenever I hear someone say that last
bet-
word, it reminds me of the Pendulum of Doom thing from Looney Tunes Back in Action when you see Timothy Dalton just laying there in the middle of the tracks and there's like this huge pendulum going above his head. And then Steve Martin goes, "What's the Pendulum of Doom doing there? I didn't order it. Get rid of it." And then Wiley's like pulling the rope trying to get the pendulum out of the way. That's what I think of every time I hear someone say that word.
It was the way Gears talked. He said it was a dirty clock pun.
Yeah, I'd never heard something like that. I heard something kind of a little similar, I suppose, but more toward black people, I guess, in like one of Ashton Kutcher's movies. But I'm not going to say that here because that's just going to offend pretty much anybody that's black, and I don't like offending people.
Well, it's like Sonica and probably Boomshow. Like I know Boomshow is a black hedgehog, so I know it's going to bother him a bit.
Yeah, that's why if people actually want to hear that stuff, just watch the movie Guess Who, and you'll get what I mean. I'm just not going to say that on here because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't like offending people. Plus, I'm not really racist. Or at least I try not to be.
I really hope you two ain't gonna hear the video I'm watching because I'm worried that I might get copyrighted with the audio I'm watching.
I can't really hear anything. Can either of you hear anything from his end?
Negative.
Yeah. Sonica, do you hear anything?
Well, not exactly.
Okay, good. Because there was another stream Carter and I did one time with, again, one of his exes. She was playing something on her laptop, I think from Shark Tale, and then Carter and Sanic had to tell her to turn that off because that was copyrighted because it did actually have audio. And we found out that way that you can't play movies during a stream because you'll get copyrighted for that. And yet someone in a separate stream that I was in was showing, or wait, no, they weren't showing. Somebody asked if you could show Yes movies on stream, but Sanic told them, no, you can't do that. That'll get you copyrighted as well. And that's why I tell people that if you are going to do a stream and you're watching something in the background, just mute. That way the mic can't pick up your audio and then they'll copyright you for it. Because Cold Keys actually got copyrighted in one of his streams because Sanic played something that was copyrighted music, and that caused Shiro's stream to be taken down, which wasn't good. Not my RP brother, by the way, who changes his name constantly. It's actually my best friend, Shiro Cold Keys, who's the best friend of my other RP brother. Not you, bro. It's my other brother. I don't know if you met him.
Oh boy. Okay.
He goes by Goku a lot, but considering this unnamed person that I cannot say because I don't want anyone coming after me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he goes after my brother constantly, my brother Goku, even though he has to change his name like every single day, basically. Yeah, Goku is one of my other brothers. I think I have at least 4 other RP brothers, if I remember correctly, because Carter's one of them. Then I have someone called Cody the Dark Hedgehog. Then I have Dante the Hedgehog, Xander the Cat or something, I think. And then I think the
Oh,
only
yeah,
other
Xander's
brother I
bad.
have is his name was Venom, but I think he changed it to Carnage, I believe. And then there might be one or two more, but I can't remember their names.
Well, I do
watching-
have. I do have a roleplay brother that's from MeWe. Well, his name is also Sonic, but he's like a different one.
And then as far as my RP sisters go, I actually only have one, which I think is Queen Amelia Rose, I believe. I think that's the only RP sister I have now because my other one kind of, she hurt Carter, she betrayed me, and she also hurt my RP dad Sonic when he tried to kill himself because apparently she really threatened him to do that once from what he said to me. And when I told Carter about that, obviously he was actually not happy when I told him.
Ooh.
Remember that, bro, when I said that she went after your RP son and did that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, trust me. Oh, she's going to pay with hard. Oh,
that's exactly what I said, because your son is so angry at her that he actually agreed with everybody else in his server that said she should be banned. And apparently they did ban her from those two servers, I believe. And all the other people that are mad at her, they don't even want her in there.
I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe that's a little bit too far, but I'm gonna be like, you know how sharks feed on whales?
Yeah.
Anyone seen footage of that? You know how sharks feed on dead whales?
I didn't see it, but I figured that was the case, because I can't think of anything that a shark wouldn't eat. Other than plants. Because sharks don't eat plants.
Oh, they wouldn't eat orcas. Oh, they can't. Oh, they wouldn't eat orcas.
I heard at one point someone said they could, because I did see a couple of sharks that were harassing orcas at one point. But then someone else said, no, they don't eat orcas. And I said, well, I hope not.
Well, they
I don't
could.
think they do.
Well, they could, but they can't. Because then they're going to get ganged up on. And
True.
Technically, I watched one dumb animal versus show which put a megalodon and a prehistoric sperm whale.
Yeah, I heard someone say at one point that orcas were dolphins, but then Sanic reconfirmed to me that they were whales, obviously not dolphins.
They are whales.
Yeah.
I'm literally watching a megalodon get torn to pieces by toothed spermed whales.
Yeah, you don't want to gang up on sperm whales because that won't end well. Because I've seen a sperm whale take on a colossal squid, and that obviously did not end well for the squid. I'm pretty sure the squid got eaten.
This is a prehistoric. This is called Leviathan. It's a big, scary sperm whale.
Oh.
They're big, scary sperm whales who got like big teeth. Its sonar can kill, and can take on megalodons.
Yeah.
Do you have any does your character have any siblings? Because I was wondering about that.
Well, the only one that I definitely have siblings, however, well, let's just say I'm like the sister of the SSXU Sonic's version of Shadow, but more like the Boom version of him. I'm like the SSXU.
Does look a bit like Boom Shadow. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm like say his female counterpart, but he treats me like a sister to him. So he treats me like he does treat me like a sister. He's like very protective of me sometimes, and sometimes he teases me a lot. And of course, my sister, Sonica, BFFs / sister Sonica, and I think I got multiple other siblings, like in RP. I think I got Annie and my other brother. I think I'm trying to figure out who my other brother is, but I think like in my other to mention, like, say, my other character to mention, so, like, say, the other version of Multiverse Sonic, he's like another brother of mine, but him and my version of Sonic, well, Boom Sonic, they're constantly, like, hanging out and doing stuff, like, say, like, hey, if I need to rely on them for something, they say, like, hey, if you need us, we'll need you. It kind of makes sense, you know?
Not to mention, everyone's telling me I sound like Multi, which I don't understand.
It's a compliment.
I mean,
I know.
that
but,
is
like, I don't know
technically
how-
true because I told the same thing to my best friend Cold Keys a few times, where I told him he not only sounds like modern Sonic, he also sounds like multiverse Sonic, and most people I know cannot even do that. I mean, even I can't do that.
Yeah. And I even joined a multi-server just for the heck of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And plus, just recently, I just wished him a happy 30th birthday.
Yeah,
But
that
he's
actually reminds
still gonna
me.
be a year younger than me, so.
That does actually remind me of one of Tails and Sonic Pals videos where they were like kind of messing with each other a little bit. Where he goes, "Oh, you 31-year-old, 15-year-old." He said, "Well, how old does that make you?" He's like, "I'm a 29-year-old, 8-year-old." I know, that was so funny. Like, every time I hear that, I just had to laugh because Sonic just said, "Why did you have to say that to me?" Even though that was his birthday. He's like, "Look, you're being mean to me today, so I'm doing it back." And I'm like, I don't think that's your best method, Tails. I know you're annoyed at him, but I don't think that's your best method. But it was really funny because I guess in Tails' case, that is technically true. He's a 31-year-old, 15-year-old. No offense, bro, since you are technically a Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I am actually wondering if someone said that to you, how exactly you'd react. Hopefully you won't be as annoyed as Gotta Go Fast was.
Oh my gosh. There was one time I ended up watching Daniela QET Cat stream of Undertale, and Sonic's has Gotta Go Fast. Sonic was there, and I asked him what his favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card was, and he finally responded to me. He said, "To be honest, I like them all." He
Yeah,
finally
I've also
responded
noticed
to
on
me.
Gotta Go Fast channel, he plays Dual Links a lot, and most of the time he'll either do it by himself or with someone else. But I know when him and Emerald Master Shadow play, they are super competitive with each other. I'm like, I know they're rivals, but they're more competitive than me and Sonic are. Although I tell him I'm way more competitive than he is.
That's
But
kind of true. Yeah, because I made a little dueling deck that I actually made, and it's from season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's from season 4. I know Sonic has told you about it, has told me about it, but I've seen all of season 4 before.
Have any of you ever played that on stream, like Gotta Go Fast did? Because he's done that a few times, even with Amy. I think because I think she won against him maybe twice, I believe, in his video. I can't remember.
I might have to download that and see if I can beat well, hang on, Maker. I saw what you turned into. Hang on, let me get mine.
Okay.
What?
Bro, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I would play video games on the channel, but like I don't. I'm on mobile for now, but I just do what some Call Me Johnny did back then. Put a camera in front of the TV, turn the lights off, and just hope for the best.
Oh.
That's what I did for my Wally video. I'm like the first person in like 10 years to actually do a playthrough on it.
Which design is that supposed to be, bro?
Oh, this is a sprite that someone made that is currently behind closed doors, which I hope it gets released soon. This is his explosive mode.
It almost looks like he's holding something there.
I think that's his... Oh my god, I can't even zoom in. I think it's like one of his gauntlets of glove, like how Excalibur has that.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Although the mention of Excalibur, I thought of Caliburn from Sonic and the Black Knight.
Caliburn still exists in my universe, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caliburn does exist in this universe too, although, and I know nobody's probably going to believe this, they actually do give Caliburn in this universe a girlfriend, and her name is Callie. That's literally the only name she has.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that's literally the only name she has. Although when other people have seen her and Caliburn together, though, they actually call her Caliturn, but they don't know why they call her that.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, if you're gonna call
God,
me
we
anything, just call me Cal. But then after Sonic brought in a friend of his that had the exact same name, she looks like straight at the camera and she goes, "I'm not a." Oh wait, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. But she actually looked at someone when they said that, and she says, "I'm not a sword, you." Wait, I said that wrong again. Hold on. Yeah, she looks at everybody, and then at the very top, when she gets angry, she says, "I'm not a sword, you turnips."
I thought that was gonna be something inappropriate. I was like, "Oh God, we're gonna have to end this."
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I know people that would obviously do that on stream, but I'm not one of them.
You know, the one thing that I'm
gonna
gonna
end
say,
this
if I was like at Callie's place, if I was in her place, I would say, "I'm not a sword sip, you a bleh banana."
Yeah.
But if it was me, I'd be like, "I'm not a goddamn sword, motherfucker. Goddamn."
Yeah, true.
Or like another
Although,
way,
speaking
I
of
was like,
your
anybody
RP
else
son
put it.
from earlier, though, hang on, Shadina. Speaking of your RP son from earlier, though, bro, you know what he always says just because he likes to mix things up a lot?
What?
You?
For Halloween, he says, "Welcome to my scream yard," and then for every other occasion, he says, "Welcome to my Sonic basketball stream yard," and I'm like, "Oh God."
Oh my
Oh boy.
gosh.
Well, he's
That's what I said.
I
I'm
mean,
like, oh jeez.
I mean, I
I was
don't
like,
know.
imagine if Carter heard you say that, what would he say?
Man.
I just roll with it like it's like. I mean, to be honest, if I had to interpret my version of like Jorosahe's Sonic, I just say he's between season 1 to OVA 7. And I'm gonna be honest.
I think that design looks cool, though. It actually reminds me of this one, either artwork or something else I saw, like maybe a video, where Sonic actually was wearing Thanos' glove, and then everybody's like, "Why is he wearing that?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Oh my god! Oh my god! That means I could do. I am Iron Man. Oh wait, that means I die.
Just quoting Speedy Blue there, bro.
Yeah, I just referenced. Oh, someone got the reference. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
If you had a choice, though, would you rather be Iron Man or trying to think of that other one because I can't remember. I guess I would maybe say would you rather be a Iron Man, or I guess in this case, since I don't think anybody else has used it, maybe Spider-Man, I guess. Would you rather be Spider-Man or Iron Man?
Probably Spider-Man, because like me and my two brothers have grown up with is like he's been the main superhero that we've grown up with.
Did you know they actually
Yeah.
have a version of that for Sonic? I think they call it the Spider Hog or something.
Oh yeah, that's.
They gave one to Silver too, which I thought was a little strange, and it made me wonder what would happen if Shadow wore a costume like that. Like, what would they call it?
When Spider-Man No Way Home actually came out, me and my three brothers just had a night out. Just went out and we just watched it, and the theater literally cheered when the amazing. I forgot his name. The actor that was in the Amazing Spider-Man came out.
Oh, Andrew Garfield?
Like, Yeah, everyone just cheered, and it was amazing.
Some people said Tobey Maguire was in that too, but I didn't see No Way Home, so I have no idea.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire and then Andrew Garfield, the two former Spider-Men from the live-action movies, obviously, not the animated shows.
Andrew Garfield will be the true live-action Spider-Man for me.
Yeah, everybody's been actually. There's like this ongoing debate with people where they're constantly asking which is the best Spider-Man, and most of the time they're feuding between Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And I think at one point someone put Tom Holland into the mix, and they just started fighting over all three. And then someone said Tom Holland was the best, and then the other people kept going, "No, it's Tobey. No, it's Andrew." They just kept going back and forth. And I'm like, jeez.
If I had to choose between one of them, I would definitely choose Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah, my god, what one Discord
just to make the people that are fans of him not so upset.
Oh my god, on one stream
did pretty well in all three of the movies they did. I've heard they're actually making a fourth one though.
Oh man. Actually, oh my god, that reminds me. On one Discord call, it was with I think it was with my RP mom was there right now. We were just having an argument. We were like, no, about the whole thing, Tobey versus Andrew, and I lost miserably.
What happened? Who'd they pick?
I think everyone almost all of them just said Tobey, and I was like, you know what? People's opinions. I respect people's opinions.
I'm glad that unlike one of my former friends, though, you didn't just walk up to people and say, I'm outvoted, that's not fair. Although I can't really see you doing that.
To be honest, if I do lose, I try to spin around. If someone's like trying to make me lose, they just trying to make me mad. I'm just like, well, most of the time I try to like reverse it to make them angry. Cause
like you did with
this
that
one
girl we don't mention, but again, you know,
oh yeah,
yourself that you're not gonna forgive her, and I can't either after what she made your son almost do to himself.
Yeah, I've actually met a different Shadina that I've actually met recently.
Oh,
she's one of my best friends. And in some streams that we did, there's this joke where she's trying to put my song. She's like, "Get in the grave," and I'm like, "No." Get in the grave.
She said what?
No. She's like, "Get in the grave," and I'm like, "No." Get in the grave, no.
Oh my
and then every time she tried, I just reversed it around.
That's like kind of the Bugs Bunny Daffy dynamic thing with the rabbit season, duck season thing, where they're constantly trying to turn it on the other.
I mean,
I'm actually wondering what would happen if Shadow and Sonic were in those roles and they were constantly turning it onto each other or something, to the point that like, let's say instead of like if Shadow was in the Daffy role, like say Shadow won that argument and Sonic didn't. It actually made me wonder what would happen, and then what the person in the middle would say to all of that, if they just say it was unnecessary or if they just like do something else.
Wait, if they're both hedgehogs, then and if they try to say hedgehog season, there's some flaws in that logic right there.
True, but still, if Shadow ended up winning the argument, you know, like Shadow's in the Daffy role, he won the argument and Sonic didn't, it makes me wonder, what would Shadow do in the Bugs role? Like, what would he do? What would the hunter in the middle of all of this do? And then if one of them, say, had a girlfriend in the parody, like, what would she do? Like, would she just go up and just, like, take one of them, like, walk off with one of them while the other one just stands there going, like, looking at the camera and just goes, "You're despicable"?
Well, to be honest, I actually have when it comes to those two kinds of roles, I think I have a better idea for it.
Okay.
Okay, so Sonic will have the Bugs role, but for the Daffy role, it needs to be of a different species in order for it to work. So how about a hawk? That will be like hedgehog season, Hawk season?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, actually, now that I
Wait.
think about it, that would probably work. Although I also
Wait,
had
that's a
another
Hawk.
idea, though, based on the Looney Tunes show, because you know how sometimes Bugs and Daffy get into conflict with each other then? It's like that
Yeah.
scene with Bugs, Daffy, and Porky, you know, like they're trying to go to like a game or something, and then Daffy and Porky get into some kind of argument. But
I
instead of
remember
Daffy and
that.
Porky fighting, I wondered, you know, like put Sonic in the Bugs role there, put Shadow in the Daffy role. How would they handle the argument? And then you put a friend of both of them in the same thing. In the Porky role, technically, like you put a friend of theirs in the Porky role, obviously, and then you bring in one of the girls one of them is with, and then how would she either help the situation or how would someone from the outside make it worse?
All I say, what would happen? Devil Artemis. Devil Artemis is what would happen.
Oh no.
If anyone's seen Devil Artemis.
We know Devil Artemis.
I did a few times, especially in one of Gotta Go Fast videos where like Tails looks at the camera, he goes, "Subscribe to Tails and Sonic Pals." He goes, "Hey, is he self-promoting?" Apparently to him that's not a good
Perfect
idea.
Shell, please blow him up.
Yeah, I saw that too when Nazo reacted to it, and when I saw the thumbnail, I almost puked when I saw Drake Bell's face. I was just like, oh my god, why did they have to use that character?
Perfect. Yes.
That's just not okay. Like, as soon as I saw that, I was just like, why do you have to bring a former Nickelodeon star into this? Just why? Like, how does that make any sense? Like, what would they even call him? Perfect Drake? Even though that makes no sense.
Oh boy.
Nickelodeon is dying. I'm sorry, but not as bad as Cartoon Network.
Yeah, someone
Okay.
posted on YouTube how Cartoon Network came back from the dead because they literally showed a tombstone that said Cartoon Network on it, and then they had this creepy looking hand coming out of the grave, and I'm like, oh my god, you're not trying to do a Corpse Bride parody, are you, with the hand coming out of the ground?
I mean, CN is doing like terrible choices with their network, and I
Yeah,
absolutely and I'm you
bro,
know
I
what? That's a
gotta agree
discussion.
with you there.
Seriously, we've lost all the good shows.
I was actually pretty agitated as heck when I found out Victor and Valentino wasn't on there anymore because that was the only show I ever really paid attention to that came out that was good. Although Mao Mao was something I wanted to check out and I didn't really get a proper chance to. But when Vic and Valentino came out, I was just really into that show. Apart from the complicated romance dynamic, though, that just reminded me too much of Sonic and Amy.
The only show
And I can't
that
say
I was
Tails
actually
a girl, obviously, because I don't think Tails ever had any romantic or complicated romantic relationships, unlike with Amy and Sonic.
like the show that I kept up with the most, like I guess you could say from like 2016 to I don't know when the final episode came out, but it was just the Ben 10 reboot because like I was like,
Oh,
it's
speaking
Ben
of
10.
that, did you know Speedy Blue did a VR chat video where he actually got the Omnitrix?
He found the Omnitrix.
I
Yeah,
remember
did you
getting
see
a
that?
notification of that.
I was like, okay, I know I've been watching a lot of Ben 10 as of recently. And I was always thinking that there's no way that Sonic and Ben 10 are gonna cross over, and then there, Sonic and Ben 10.
Bro,
I actually had that. Yeah.
imagine if you were actually in the Ben 10 role. Like, just imagine what would happen if that was you instead of Ben.
Oh
going on
my
all these
god, that's a
adventures.
dream. That'd be a dream come true.
Maybe if you do VR chat one day, you should consider that.
Well, me and that other Shady that I was talking about, who the one that we're friends. We actually plan on doing a little story where in my own like custom, I guess you could say AU, like it's like half official to Jorosahe's Supersonic X Universe series, but we're gonna like plan this whole story where I don't think I want to say it right now because I'm gonna save it for later. And I do have
By
VR
the
chat.
way, bro, after you message Sanic, you really need to message your son because apparently he's getting really upset again because him and his girlfriend are having some kind of issue.
Oh god.
I think you might
Oh,
need to
God.
calm down in like the next few minutes.
Yeah. We've been on for 3 hours and I'm totally changing this to I'm bored to just then rant stream.
Bro, nobody's ranting on here though.
True.
Me and Guido were earlier.
Oh yeah.
It's just that me and Guido are passionate about this series, and we want it to be the best that it can. But Jorosahe has other plans, and if you look at his Twitter, you'll see what he's been doing. Trust me, it's terrifying.
More terrifying than what the one we mentioned nearly made your RP son do.
Well, like not like that. Like that's a different thing. But like, as in terms of like, it's like taking like when you're a big fan of something and it does something really stupid. It's just like, oh god, like you're overreacting. That's
Yeah,
what I
that
mean
makes
by like.
sense.
I was gonna post a compilation of what was going on his Twitter, but then I realized the video. I'm pretty sure this video will get age restricted if I don't censor everything.
You definitely want to censor stuff that they don't want you to that could get
Bless
you.
you, Sonica.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless you. I guess you might want to censor things that they wouldn't find appropriate, I guess, because at least it didn't go to, like, say some other YouTube content where they just go completely crazy where someone almost gets demonetized. Although I've heard, I think
Trust
you,
me, I remember.
I think you have to be like 18 to get demonetized or something. I'm obviously not 18, I'm older than that, but still.
Trust me, there was a time when SSXU used to be a kid show, and now it's just became. It's just dumb now. Like I still enjoy it. Like that's why I'm the character. Well,
by a kid show, you mean a family-friendly thing, bro?
Yeah, although it has like Spanish humor, which yeah, I'm pretty sure it works for like Spanish viewers, but since we're mostly English, it's
Bro,
different
why
for
are
us.
there flames by your name?
Like, wait, a flame?
Yeah, you have like little flame icons by your name.
Oh yeah, Coffee said it makes my name look cooler.
Which is true.
I don't know. But I'm more like a fan English version of him because he doesn't have like okay, he has I think Jorosahe has got an official voice for him, but like when it comes to me, like I'm mostly like just a fan English voice. Like I always try to make this clear. I don't own SSXU, that's Jorosahe, and I'm not trying to steal a series or anything like that. I credit him in every video, just so you know. He doesn't think I'm stealing it. I'm just like playing. I just like voicing and making stuff about a series.
I think that one thing we talked about, though, or there's two things we talked about, you should add that to your, at least do a video on that. You don't have to add that to your series, but like do a video on that. I think it'd be really cool.
Talking about like how it's not this series may not be mine, and I'm just like a fan.
No, that other idea we talked about, the Sonic's, the Sonic Shadow Bugs Daffy dynamic, and then the other one.
Oh yeah.
The Sonic and Jet dynamic.
I'll try that one time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the only other shows that I still like. The only other shows that I still like the best is Teen Titans.
The original, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
I was wasn't
Oh, thank God,
actually
if I was
afraid
that
when I
god
saw
awful
the
go.
original Teen Titans, but I will say, except in the romance department, that actually is a lot better than Teen Titans Go. The only thing I like about Teen Titans Go is the fact you at least see some couples get together. Obviously, in Teen Titans, they don't do that.
Okay, like the first 5 episodes of
Except in
Go were
Review, I
good,
suppose.
but the rest can go. It fricked over the original Titans, but my God, we're at like 3 hours and it's like 9:23 where I'm at. So I clearly have school tomorrow, so I think I should end it here. I'll hopefully do another one. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
You still might want to check in on those two, though, especially your son, because I think he actually really needs you. He's really upset.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I gotta like, although it is a school night, so I can't stay. I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m.
Oh
just
God.
to.
Yeah, you should at least check on your son, because I think he needs you.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm up. I'll try. Just get. I won't be able to, like, be as much active as I used to be, like when I was like up until like midnight on summer, but
One more thing, though,
school
what's
changes.
that background you have
What background?
in your profile picture?
Oh, this is just my aura.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is the same way too. I mean, it depends on if our the fight, however, because like say if Sonic's is blue, then Michelle's is red. And the bad point about it is you can't stay in it too long. It'll drain your life energy faster, up until an hour in it.
Wait,
Well,
wouldn't red be for Knuckles as well, since he's red?
Knuckles doesn't have one. Only me and Shadow have one. Although we can use it on command. Izanaki.
I wonder what it would be like if Silver had one.
Oh yeah,
they made some sprites for him.
Yeah, I did see a sprite that shows that Silver does have one. If it would be a Team Triple S thing.
Yeah, and there was.
Yeah, I
there
remember
was,
Team SSS. I've seen a lot of stuff on that, although I think Silver pointed out at one point that Scourge should have been in that, but he said, no, if I were in it, it would be Team Quadruple S.
Well,
I
well,
don't
we
know
can't have a
how that
team.
would work, since it's only supposed to be you, Silver, and Shadow, not you, Silver, Shadow, and Scourge.
Unfortunately, I don't have a team SSS because, well, Silver is basically irrelevant in my show because Jorosahe doesn't like Silver like at all that much.
I am wondering what would happen if there was a Team SST, though. That would be kind of cool. Like Sonic, Shadow, and Tails, maybe.
To be honest, if I had to choose like my third member for my team, I guess I'm calling it Team SSXU now. Hold on. Oh shit! This is Izanaki.
That is really cool. That almost looks like Shattuck.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
a reincarnate. He's basically connected to Sonic and Shadow, isn't that? He was locked up in this black void for like billions of years, separated from his wife Izanami, or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, Izanami.
Who
Kind of
was in
reminds me of
hell
one of the
and-
fusions.
I kind of like Atsunagi. It's because he's like a permanent god version of Shattuck.
I tried
That fusion
the people
reminds me a
who
little of one of the few that I have. One of them is obviously Shawnade, which I know doesn't make a lot of sense because it is part Shattuck, not just Sonic. Because if it was Sonade, that would just sound more like a ship name, and you can't ship Sonic and Jade because that wouldn't make any sense. Her other one that she does with Draven, I think that actually is based on their ship name, because I was originally going to go with the one I was originally going to say, but I don't think Javen would have made any sense, so I had to switch it to Dravade, which is also their fusion name as well. And then the only other fusion she has is with Shadina, and that's called Sinead.
Mm.
But after Sonic and Shell fused into Shaq in season 1 of SSXU, Izanagi became stronger. Then when they did it again, he turned into his super form. And then when they did their Phase 3 fusion, which hold on, which is this. Well, this is just Sonic's version.
That's cool.
Well, this is my face.
Although your
for
clothes
not
are very,
Shaq.
very long.
Yeah, it's based on Goku's Super Saiyan 3. I do. And some people think I have a face too, which I don't, because Jorosahe says that he finds it kind of unnecessary. See it like this. Base form Sonic is phase 1, Super Sonic is phase 2, this is phase 3, phase 4.
Mhm.
And explosive mode ain't phase 5 or something like that. I see a lot of people think that.
You know what?
That is
No,
pretty
I
cool.
thought
Kind of like
of
the
it.
forms my
I
character
thought it
has.
was Super Saiyan 5, but it's not. It's like a very divine
But
level.
what'd you say, sis?
I said it's a little, that kind of reminds me a little of a lot of the forms that my character has, although for the moment at least, I mean, she's supposed to have 22 of them, but for the moment she only has 12. And that's,
Okay, wait.
her Super Jade form looks a little like, I guess a little similar to Goku, because her hair does kind of go up, kind of like how Goku's does, but instead of turning gold, she actually turns chrome.
My forms are. Wait, let me check.
Turns a mix of red and blue, so I guess a little like Shattuck, but not really. And then there's Dark Spine Jade, like I said, a little similar, but you know the coloring's different. She's not purple because she's already obviously purple already. That would clash. There is something called Ice Water Jade. I guess it's a little similar to a little bit similar to maybe Elsa, I suppose, but a bit different. Then there's one called Fire Princess or Fire Queen Jade. Sorry, because I can't say princess. She's not actually royalty. And then the other one she has. I'm trying to remember because I don't think this one she uses much. It's called Slash a Swirl. I know that's kind of a very weird thing, or Slash a Twirl. Sorry. It's a little like Dark and Fire Jade mixed together with a little bit of Ice Jade, I guess. The only main difference is that when she gets like super angry to the point she gets enraged, she turns half red, half black, and then if you look at the top of her head, there's like a gigantic kind of web-like thing at the top of her head with this weird dangling blue and purple arachnid creature that goes like all the way down to her forehead. And then the other form she has is it's kind of like Supersonic Blue because she does turn into something a little similar to it. And then there's I think they call it Super Form 2, which is I guess a little similar to her original one, but this is where she actually does turn gold, but with chrome eyes. I don't really know exactly how that works. And then there is something called Dark Thunder Jade. But that's when she's like really, really like severely mad at a person. And then her last two, there's Sprite Jade. I don't necessarily know what that's like. That's just one of her newer ones. And then the very last one she has is actually also based on one of her fusions. And that happens to be called Sonic Flash Jade. It's a little based on one of the fusions she has with Sonic. Her and Sonic actually have like 3 different fusions.
Huh.
There's even
Wait, what?
one where when they're both like severely mad at a person and they kind of like almost transform into something a little like Shattuck, but then there's like 4 extra legs that come out. But when they look like that, that's actually called Sanono Jade.
Let me see what forms do I have. Put it. Let me see. Wait. I have it somewhere. I have a chat. My transformations include. I have my base form, dark spine, werehog, Excalibur, super.
Oh yeah, werehog. I left that one out too. Although in her case, besides werehog, there is another one I recently just made. A bit similar, I suppose, but this one's actually called because I'm trying to remember exactly what this is. I think this one is actually called Wereswan, actually, because she does have a swan form as well. But again, if you make her angry in this form, she becomes what's called Fire Wereswan. But the silly part is that when, say, she tries to yell at someone, if you don't get out of the way, she'll blast you with ice.
No, what? Okay.
And then there is another
Dark
one she
spine.
has that's instead of called Hug Wolf, this one is actually called I know this doesn't make any sense, but when she is under this curse, they call her a Hug Hog. It's a Hug Hog wolf, technically, if that even makes sense.
Wait, wait, okay, where am I? Okay, phase 4 hybrid, which is where I get like a werehog hand and my eyeball turns black but my pupil is like yellow.
Yeah, she is a hybrid form too that she got from Amy actually, except with this one, she has ever-changing eye color. There's like a snake thing that'll appear on her chest and neck. Her tattoos will go from what they normally are to like a really dark message, I think. She'll grow this really long cape skirt like dress thing. And then if say she's like near water or something, she'll go from a hedgehog to a half mermaid thing. She's a half mermaid, half fairy, kind of like how Amy is. Although the way Amy describes it is it's actually called an Anakoth Hunter hybrid thing. Which is how Amy and Sonic are actually very different from when they met. Sonic was originally part of a vampire tribe. Amy was obviously part of the Anakoth Hunter tribe. But when Sonic requested to be changed from a vampire to what Amy is, they both have really big wings. And then another form Jade has, which is a little similar to Fire Jade, is actually called XX Flame Jade. And that's when she actually turns into a kind of Maleficent-like dragon. And if you are not careful, someone could actually get blasted to the point your fur will entirely burn off.
Well, I'm glad I'm fired.
You literally have to grow your fur like 12 weeks after that.
Oh my god, that sounds just. Oh god, I just got that imagery in my head. I think I'm gonna be. Okay. But I think I might have a rational fear of vampires ever since because I just found this one show called Lost Tapes. And oh my god, their vampire episode was terrifying.
It's almost like what that one girl you were with did to you that one time when she bit your neck and she almost turned you into one.
Oh god. There was, to be honest, I don't get why people like turning me into stuff. I don't know why.
I seriously hope, unlike that one thing she did to you, nobody else tries to turn you into a mermaid.
Oh,
you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
What?
In some RPs, someone turned for some reason people like turning me into turning me into different genders for some reason, which I don't get.
I don't
What? I
get
don't
that either.
remember.
And also,
I don't remember.
and also in some of
Yeah.
your RPs, you do have a daughter named after your old ship name.
Actually, I mean, I do have a in the canon of SSXU, my character does have a daughter. Her name is Nanami, I think that's what her name is called. She's a. Let me
Yeah, and
just
then
say,
also in RP, you have your own daughter named after your old ship name.
No, that thing. No, I don't. Probably not, because that thing is that. I guess we can put that.
I think she just crawled on you, by the way.
Oh,
I was telling my brother that his daughter just crawled on him.
Dang.
like, but on top of like, why do people like me turning into shit? Like, I don't get it. It's weird.
Yeah, I just seriously hope no one ever tries to put you in a wedding dress, because that's just gonna look so weird.
Like, it's not easy. Does it look like it's that easy having long? Is it easy having really long hair? Having
You know what would make sense, though, instead of that?
What?
It would make sense if they put you more in like a tuxedo or something. That makes more sense for a guy rather than a dress.
Man, I'm just fine with my scarf and I finally found a picture. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that picture doesn't have you in your
This
scarf.
is Natalie.
Oh,
This
she's
is Natalie.
beautiful and really cute.
She's a lynx, like hedgehog and lynx. You know, to be perfectly honest, this is like she looks honestly more like her mother than anything.
Wait, who's her mom?
Her name is Susano. She's a lynx.
Ooh, nice.
I'll explain it more like on my channel when I talk about it more.
Yeah, didn't you say though that you need to go to bed though since you have school tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I got completely sidetracked. So we should probably do our outros first. Just because, who would like to go first? No one?
With what?
Like do an outro. We do outro. I do outros before we end off.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Bestie?
someone else should go first because since I don't actually.
Bestie, we're gonna do our outros.
Yeah, I don't have one though, so everybody else might have to do that because I don't have one.
Oh yeah, Janina, we got to our outros. I'm gonna get 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Okay, I totally didn't skip one. Sonica, you can go.
You actually did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna moving on. You can go, Sonica.
Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this little stream, even though Car here made this pure boredom, but
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also it would be nice if you also subscribe to Shadina and get her up to at least 2 million subscribers. That is 1K.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna wait. Can I? Okay, there we go. Thank you all so much for watching this very lengthy live stream. Hopefully, I don't make the next one this long. but I'll do more when I have free time. Expect a fan dub of me and one of my friends soon, whenever that comes out. But subscribe to everyone that's here. Give them support, love, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, like I'm pretty sure that's how you're watching this, but I don't know how people enjoy my content. Cause like sometimes it's cringe, sometimes it's not. Like I don't know, but that's all from that's all from but yeah, that's all from us. So I hope everyone has a good night. Hopefully all of you have a good night.
You
And
too.
we'll be seeing you all next time. Hopefully, whenever I do one of these. Again, hopefully not until like 9 o'clock in the
Cartoon
night.
character from Jackass.
Yeah, because my mouth is right next to my next to my phone. Anyways, we're going to end it. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.